What's up, everybody in the house tonight? What's up? What's up? What's up, everybody in the house tonight? What's up? What's up? Yeah.
What's up, everyone? Happy Ash Wednesday. Or should I say Ass Wednesday?
Oh. I just had the Yetzer Hara come out of my ass for about 10 minutes straight.
Twice.
Twice.
We were about to start bonus content. He goes, oh shit, I got shit. Goes and explodes in the bathroom. Oh my God.
He heard me from down the hall in this room.
Like he took a gallon of milk and just went, just poured it into the toilet.
It sounded like a whoopee cushion, a wet whoopee cushion fart.
Worse than any Guy Markham food poisoning shit.
It was Steve's asshole unleashed NYC. I unleashed in there twice. Second time was worse than the first. First time, at least, there were some solid chunks in there.
Oh,
like this, what I just walked. Sorry, we're extremely late, but because I just walked away from an absolute just brown flood. I don't know what the hell I ate that is getting me. I'm like, this is like sick diarrhea. Like, ouch, and just.
Do you feel fine
liquid.
now?
Up until the two times I just had to run to the bathroom, yeah, I feel completely fine. I don't feel sick or like I didn't even get like the flop sweat
or anything.
None of that. No, I just all of a sudden I'm like, oh God, I got to go to the bathroom.
Because then the second bonus content ended, he was like, oh my God, here we go again, and like he was like pulling his pants down as he ran to the bathroom.
I thought I was good because we were watching a video and I had to see it through to the end because it was very important stuff. For those of you in the pro comedy tier, you'll see. Yeah, I had the Hatatashi. Fucking Yetzer Haram. But yeah, so I held it in because I don't know. Could you hear my stomach?
No, I didn't hear any stomach
because it was loud. My guts literally went, oh, and then I just felt the shift, and I was like, oh my God, I have to go to the bathroom. But I held it in, and then the second I hit end stream, the little wheel was still going. It wasn't even fully off yet, and I was just like, ah! I ran to the bathroom because I had to go again. And then, I'm afraid to open this beer, but I'm like, I need a beer.
Like I almost heard the shit hit the water before the door closed. It was like I had to immediate.
I had to. The bay doors had opened before my cheeks hit the seat. I'll definitely say that. I was already shitting while still mounting the toilet. I don't know what the fuck. All I ate today, I had a sandwich and goddamn Girl Scout cookies. I think, and it was, I finished all of my Girl Scout cookies, so I think it might just be my system is fully now been shredded apart by all the metal in there.
You have lead and aluminum, and
I'm shitting metal.
Fuck yeah,
shitting metal. But that
I didn't even want to. Did you have
the Samoas?
Oh, okay.
I had about like 8 Samoas.
That's the chocolate covered ring with coconut on top.
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah, I had those.
And like caramel in there or something.
Yeah, there's definitely caramel over like a wafery cookie thing. So I guess that the sandwich I had was an Italian. The only reason I question it is because it's from Sunday, but I didn't think that was a long time for a sandwich to be in the refrigerator.
No, not really.
An Italian sandwich.
How was the bread after that?
I threw it in the oven. It was a real Schwarzenfeld.
Just
sorry, that fucking video we watched for bonus content has infected my brain and made me completely Jewish. I now can't stop talking like little Flynn Goldstein. I put the bread in the oven, and it was like a little challah. It was like a little.
I daven what I do.
I daven what I do. It was like a Marken Schmeckenspitz.
So you took the bread out, just the bread, and you put it in the oven, the whole thing?
I separated the two halves of the sandwich. One was bread and cheese, and the rest was just the bread and the meat, and I threw it in the oven for like 5-7 minutes.
So there was no like lettuce or tomato on there?
There was a little arugula.
No, all right, whatever.
I didn't think, but
Yeah, that's not gonna.
it was in there a little too long because cheese melted off. And as Caitlin peeked her head in the living room before and was like, "Did you not put that sandwich on anything when you threw it in the oven?" And I was just like, "No,
I did.
I just put it in there because I didn't think it would be a big deal."
Also, the cheese
The
melted.
cheese melted.
Into the
A lot of
bottom
it melted onto the bottom of the oven. And I saw it, but when I was getting the sandwich out of the oven, it started like falling apart. And I was like panicking, and I had to like rip it out and throw it onto the fucking little container I came out of. And in all the commotion, I forgot about the cheese that was melting on the bottom of it, and I never cleaned it.
Oh.
So when she was making dinner tonight, she was just, why'd you do that? She's explaining to me. Now it's just burning and like smoking in the bottom of the oven. And
That's what
like,
happens.
And I was like, oh, I had to pretend. Oh, really? I didn't know.
Oh, I didn't think that would happen.
Oh, crap.
Oh, just get more meltier.
Damn it. I really thought it just went away. No, I knew I was supposed to clean it. I just, again, in the commotion of keeping the sandwich together, I forgot.
And you were hungry once you got the sandwich out.
Hungry. Very hungry for this rotten sandwich that gave me.
Would you eat first, the cookies or the sandwich?
Sandwich.
And then the cookies for dessert?
Of course, I had my dessert cookies.
Lunch dessert?
My lunch dessert. Who doesn't have dessert with their lunch? It's a staple of the American diet. Little dessert lunch. It's not a big dinner lunch like a big piece of cheesecake or, I mean, if you have it, why not? If you have some cheesecake for lunch, there'd be nothing wrong with that. I'm just saying, you don't go out of your way to get stuff like that for lunch. You have like a Pop-Tart or some cookies, cupcake.
How many cookies do you think you had?
8. I cleared out 2 sleeve, like it's the tray, so
The
like
box.
2 of the things.
You ate the whole box.
No. I had already cleared half the box another time. This was the second half of the box.
Right.
It was anywhere from 8 to 10 because now I can't remember if there was 5 per tray or
It's
4.
probably 8 because the boxes get smaller and there's less cookies in there all the time.
It was probably 10. It was honestly probably 10.
Did you have milk with it?
No.
Oh, all right.
No, that because milk would give me diarrhea.
Yeah, that's what I was.
So I don't drink milk when I'm eating 10 cookies. That would give me diarrhea, you see. And usually, like, there's times I have to crap before the show and it's runny. It's not a problem.
I've never heard it.
That's the thing. It's never been fired out of a fucking cannon into a toilet. Because, that was rough. And it hurt. It was painful shit. And it hurt because we were fucking 20 plus minutes late.
So you were trying to rush it?
Which made it just everything worse. Now my ass, when I walked out of the bathroom and was over here, like we had to start the show, I was like, I don't want to sit down. My butt hurts.
Like you're on offside. And when I say you never wanted to sit down there either.
No, well, that was a different story. The hard metal chairs on my, if I had to sit on a chair like that right now, I'd be crying. Ow.
Don't you have so much cushion back there to pad it?
I do.
Yeah.
It doesn't help. For some reason, I think all the weight above the cushion pushes down on everything.
That makes sense.
Because sure, I have big old fat butt cheeks. But I also have a big old fat everything else as well. There's just a lot of weight pushing down. Doesn't help. Oof.
So since you don't leave your house really during the day, right? You just stay
to do, whatever random things I have to do outside the house, but not a lot.
You don't get the surprise, it's Ash Wednesday thing.
Right.
All of a sudden, like I saw maybe 3 people with the ashes though, so it's hardly prevalent here.
No, that used to be way more of a thing.
Yeah.
It used to be everybody had it. Like when I was a kid, I remember I got them and everyone.
I've never gotten them.
I went to Catholic school as a kid.
Oh, okay.
So it was part of the school day.
Do you know I'm going to say etymology? That's the wrong word, but why
etymology.
That means like the meaning of
a word, right?
Yeah, or like where the word started from. But
yeah,
what's the point of that? Is it just?
I think it's
you burn the palms, the Sunday palms.
That's it, and then you put them on your forehead because then everybody sees you and goes, "Oh, you're
okay,
really into that religion. You're a good boy."
Okay,
you got your mark. You got your mark for being a good Christian Catholic boy or whatever. Good job.
And they're like, is this when Lent starts? Sorry, I'm so ignorant about this stuff.
Because yesterday was Fat Tuesday.
Mardi
Gras.
I heard they were canceling Mardi Gras.
What? I ate so much yesterday. You can't cancel that.
It was your day.
Is that why I'm being punished today? God canceled Fat Tuesday, and I've been voiding my bowels of everything I consumed.
I don't know if it was because of the rampage that happened over New Year's Eve when the car drove over people in New Orleans.
That random car.
Yeah. Or I don't know. Or I
no,
just
because
heard that they were canceling it at least some places.
Huh. Yeah, I could look into that. I don't think it was for the the random Muslim car that ran everybody over, because that was that car running thing happened the day of the Notre Dame
Ohio State.
I don't think it was Ohio State, but it was another playoff game. And they canceled the game, but then they had the game like a day or two later, I think.
Oh,
so
I didn't even know that.
And so like
because it was at the Superdome,
yeah,
or whatever it's called now.
So I don't think
Mercedes-Benz
Dome. Or maybe they did. Here, I have Google on this thing. Why they cancel Mardi Gras? It's fun. I guess when people Google why day, one of the first thing that came was why they canceled Blade. I didn't even know Blade was a show. Was that just Wesley Snipes repeatedly Googling that? Why they cancel Blade? I had another fucking gig. I'm still paying off this tax bullshit. Jefferson Parish officials are canceling Mardi Gras Day parades because they're worried strong winds could flip floats, send tents flying, and create other unsafe conditions. Why it matters. It's the first time the holidays parades have been canceled in recent memory other than during COVID pandemic.
Wow, what a shitty reason to cancel it. It's because it's windy.
Super windy, high wind threat. Yeah, I mean, it's really windy here. I didn't want to ride my float around in Staten Island today, so it makes sense.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Everybody had the same idea, I guess. I thought it was just me. Too windy.
All right.
Although they should have went along with it.
Thank God it's not for because we don't want people driving their cars over people.
Yeah, we don't want any. We don't want any radical Islamists getting blown into town with these high winds. So we're just gonna avoid the whole thing. Mr. Dago, please ask these faggots to start the show already.
Sorry,
Mr. Dago didn't call. He must have known I was on the can.
Mm-hmm. Well, I put a tweet out, admittedly, like at 8:17 already, that you were in a bathroom emergency.
Yeah, well, thank you. I appreciate that. I didn't want to leave everybody hanging in the wind, the Mardi Gras wind, while I fucking vomited out of my ass.
So yesterday we missed a banger of a State of the Union address.
Well, I don't want to miss this banger of a super chat from Just Kidding.
Oh,
cats out of the bag, Steve. Jewish flag. What you're doing is a big Yetzer Haram trap, and I will not enter into it. I'm better than that, Mr. Kidding. I hope you're just kidding.
you probably have a Hottentoschen.
I didn't know that. Didn't know what? That you're in a Yetzer Haram trap?
Yeah. Now you do.
Now you do know. Jefferson Parish is in the suburbs. Orleans Parish is downtown. New Orleans.
Oh, okay. So it wasn't like the main Mardi Gras, I'm guessing.
I don't know what I read. Oh yeah, Jefferson Parish. You're right. Why they cancel Mardi Gras, New Orleans? Yeah, it just says Jefferson Parish again. So maybe Mardi Gras parade's underway as some celebrations are canceled. So they are still doing
something.
Mardi Gras. Mardi Gras. Have you ever been down in New Orleans for Mardi Gras?
Yeah, not for Mardi Gras. Oh yeah, no, for Mardi Gras. I think I went down with Opie and Anthony, where there was
oh wow.
Yeah, Tom from whatever local station was down there, and that was with the WNEW. Opie and Anthony did went down there. Ben Sparks went down. Psycho Mark was down there. Opie and Anthony. Then this guy Tom, who ran some local station, was just like a party animal. Like picked us up and he's like, "You guys ready to fucking party? Let's fucking do this." Blah blah blah. Ben got us cocaine. I think I maybe done cocaine one other time before this, because this was probably 98, 99, around there, maybe 2000 or something. Yeah.
I bet you saw a lot of boobs.
We had like high up at like balcony access or whatever, where we were off Bourbon Street, but like right above it. So then we could see all the people fighting and throwing beads, and then we would throw beads and try to hit people and stuff like that. It was kind of fun. Yeah, that was where we were at some party, and a girl walked by me. So she was like a hostess for the party, or she was working for the party in some capacity. And she walked by and she had a bikini on. And as she walked by, I grabbed the back of the knot of the bikini, and she turned around and fucking smacked me so hard. Like, I deserved it. I was just drunk and being an asshole. And she turned around and smacked
Garrett
me.
Weinstein over here.
Yeah.
Sexual harasser.
So then I was like, fuck that bitch. I'm doing cocaine.
Yeah, I'll show her. I'll show her to not let me fucking rip her top off. I'm going to do drugs now.
So I did
Bitch.
drugs with Tom and Ben Sparks. And then the next day, my two friends, the one who I visited during the Super Bowl and another friend, they were down there too, like kind of just coincidence that they planned a trip. So then I met with them the next day after doing the cocaine. We went out to dinner, and I'm out to dinner, and all of a sudden, this was like 12, 14 hours after the cocaine, my nose just starts pouring blood out of it as I'm like about to order. And I'm like, oh God. Oh. And the waiter goes, oh, don't worry. I know what's going on. Like, he totally called me out on it right away.
After the first time you ever did coke?
Second time. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Cause I wouldn't have done it like the first time, I had done it one other time, I think.
That's crazy. You got a nosebleed though. What, you
but like
fucking
hours
glass?
later.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Your nose was just completely dried out and like cracked on
but
the
it's
inside.
so humid down there. It can't really dry out.
Because I never got a nosebleed.
Yeah, I never get nosebleeds, and that was the only time I ever in my life I think I did. I'm sure it was shit blow.
It was probably show.
Yeah.
And maybe your nose was a little rattled, and maybe there's when it got hit by that woman that hit you in the face because you tried to rip her tits out.
Yeah, I feel bad. I still feel bad about it, but
good. You should forever.
I was like, I'm Mr. O&A. Wow, blah blah blah. Show your tits, girls. Yeah, we're at a party.
I can do whatever I want.
Can do whatever I want.
I'm with O&A. Those guys, we're shocking jocks. I'm about to shocking jock you. And you learned your lesson. You got put in your place. You got a fucking smack from an upset lady.
Yeah,
good.
Yes, or haram me.
We should find her.
I want to say it was a black girl too, or like a dark skin. Yeah.
What kind of trouble you asking for, boy?
No, that's not what I was thinking.
I want to see these chocolate nipples. And I'll do anything. No, can't see chocolate nips. I'm gonna do cocaine.
But her tits wouldn't have came out. It would just the knot would have come undone.
You were just being flirty and silly and harassy. What's New Orleans in the early 2000s with a bunch of harassy guys around? What it was.
Everyone's showing their tits all the time. I would have given her some beads or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, she would have gotten beads. That's what would have made it fine.
Yeah, exactly.
She just waited and wasn't such an uptight bitch.
For real.
She would have gotten her beads.
But no, of course.
Exposing herself.
Rush to violence, just like the community always does.
That's right. All Garrett was doing was trying to see her scaffolding and take a picture of it. Instead, here's where we are. You got fired from SiriusXM because you went on a racial tirade about this woman whose tits you couldn't see in Nolan's. Joey Dago, what is up?
Steve, I got drunk and high.
What the fuck?
They want you to start the show.
Oh, fuck. We gotta do that.
Tell them I am pooping. I cannot stop pooping because I ate a rotten sandwich. And this is just life sometimes. We all have to deal with it.
Listen, whatever you do not do blow with Garrett.
Why? It sounds like a great time. I might get to see some black tit.
Garrett's Coke has got more steps than the fucking New York City Marathon.
Hell yeah.
I mean, probably seemed like
It sounds like it was stepped on with, again, like shards of glass.
Yeah, but I didn't get a nosebleed that day. You know, it was like the totally next night kind of thing.
This
Yeah,
is shit.
yeah,
that fucking,
I'm sure.
that shitty waiter, that Peter Luger's waiter. I know what's going on here. I've had the Coke in these parts before. Really bad for the nose.
Yeah, I was like, oh, sorry, my nose started to bleed. He's like, oh, I know what's going on. I was like, all right, calm down, Mister.
You should have been like, what's going on?
I should have been, right?
I have a condition. I get nosebleeds. That's the thing. People get that. It's not just cokeheads everywhere. Maybe in this town, but that's not the norm. Some people just get nosebleeds and they have to have that surgery. It's not even surgery, procedure, where they get a tongue really hot and they shove it up your nose and
cauterize it.
Cauterize your leaky vein. Sir, now please take my order. I want chicken fingers.
That was I had my own suite on Bourbon Street. It was insane.
Bourbon Suite.
On Mardi
He's
Gras.
almost like a rapper.
Yeah.
Yeah.
De Garrett on Mardi Gras. And you still had to, I'm surprised. Was it when you were up on the big balcony, you didn't see a parade of boobies? I thought that's what the whole thing was, especially in the early 2000s. The Girls Gone Wild era. It was Booby City.
I was caught up in Boob City, and I just thought everyone wanted to show their boobs, but I guess I was wrong.
You somehow were wrong. Yes, you went about it in the creepiest, worst way. Instead of asking or offering a Jello shot or saying, "Here's some beads," you fell into a Yetzer Hara trap. And you said, "I'm just going to take these boobs for myself."
Mm-hmm.
And you got your comeuppance.
I did. I totally did.
Should have named his cat Boobs. He saw the cat as much as he saw boobs.
It's true.
All right, love you guys.
Love you.
Love you too, Mr. Dago.
All right, start the show.
All right.
Thanks.
After I poo. Oh God. Yeah, I've been one cheek leaning this whole time because sitting center mass has been hurting. But now I'm like kind of back to normal.
Burning pain.
Like burning, like I just shit lava out. But I'm pretty much back to square one, normal.
Nice.
I feel like I could breathe again.
We got Erock Radio coming up soon in like
Hell
15 minutes.
The Nagel Hotline's about to get lit up.
Coming on, yeah.
Nagel Hotline, please hold me close to you. But before we get to the Nagel Hotline, are there any news? Well, you said you wanted to talk about the Trump
just one thing
speech.
The honorary Secret Service agent.
The little God, what was his name? DJ.
Yeah.
DJ. Yeah. He was 12 years old because terminal cancer. Did you see?
He had pediatric cancer. I don't think it was terminal.
Someone on Twitter wrote,
oh, maybe you're right, though. They did say, because Trump did say they told him he had 6 months to live, and that was 5 years ago or something like that.
Well, they told him he had 6 months to live. They didn't quite understand.
So maybe go to the second link from it.
Oh, this? Oh,
yeah. No, not that one. Go to the second link first.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
This one.
So this apparently is what got him attention from Trump. Is he was dressed as a police officer at some Mardi Gras party. I don't know, some sort of wilding event.
Wilding?
And all these girls just start ridiculing him and making fun of him.
He was subject to ridicule? Now, I saw this video today. I'm assuming they don't know he's like dying of cancer or living of cancer.
Yeah, I guess so. You're right.
And they
just think he's dressed up like a cop for no reason.
They just clowning on him because he dressed like a cop.
Clowning and twerking and.
But yeah, let's take a.
12. Oh, baby, you got to rest for you too, Coffee. What? Bitch ass back for real. Sir.
Like, why is he just standing there taking it?
I don't know. I don't know what's happening.
Me either.
Arrest
Like obviously his
her!
dad is filming,
Arrest
right?
her!
No, I think someone else is filming.
No,
In the-
Take Summers, yeah.
No, it's Miss Take Some.
Take some.
I'm gonna take some. I'm Miss Take Some. Yeah, they're. What do you say?
Arrest her!
To be fair,
I don't think this is that bad.
No,
right?
I was just gonna say. I think they just think it's funny that a kid that age is
dressed up like a cop.
fully
and
dressed
they're
like-
all drunk and just having fun. And
I
they're
would
like-
also think that was funny if I just walked outside of a bar or whatever after drinking a little bit and saw this little 6-year-old black cop or whatever. I'd be like, "What the fuck? Take me to jail, officer. I've had too much to drink. Drunk and disorderly."
Yeah,
It was
exactly.
like when she zooms in on the little blue gun, I also think that's funny.
Hey, same with me. That's what when I saw this video, I was like, all right, this is totally fine. It's just I don't get why he's just standing there taking it. That's a little weird, but like I would have the same reaction if I was drunk and some little kid dressed as a cop.
And he just he's one of those black kids that looks like he's in his 40s
Yeah.
already.
Uh-huh.
He's got that I've seen some shit face. But yeah, I get that them surrounding him, making him feel bad. It's like, fuck you, assholes. You're going to get what's coming to you. At the same time, this is kind of, this isn't,
Yeah, they're just
this
having
isn't that-
fun.
Really that.
They're not like cursing at him and calling them names, or they're just like, arrest me.
That's,
Look
yeah,
at
I've
you.
seen way worse videos of kids getting bullied.
Yeah,
bullied.
yeah.
They're getting shoved, hit, fucking their little guns ripped out of their pockets and hit in the face with it. Like,
Pistol whip with their plastic gun.
I've seen, yeah, worse than this. This is just like, you feel a little bad for him, but it's not the fucking end of the world.
No.
And I also don't think if they knew he had, like, you know, pediatric cancer, they would be,
Mhm.
maybe they would. I don't fucking know, but I don't think they'd be dancing and giggle, like laughing at him like that.
Maybe they grind up on him though.
Yeah, maybe there would be more of this action. Where
Yeah.
drop down, get your eagle on, girl. Yeah, show the officer some love.
You gotta get your little dick sucked before you die.
Yeah, probably. But yeah, so yesterday at Trump's big address, he was after the show we tuned into it for a little while, and someone was holding this kid up,
Yeah.
and he was like an honorary Secret Service
Secret
member,
Service
and
agent, yeah.
so yeah, tell me more. I don't know because I don't really know what the fuck happened there.
So no, you were pretty much had some terminal cancer or pediatric cancer, and then I don't know, something happened where he wanted to be a cop, so they got him all dressed up as a cop, and then
I'm a cop.
Trump found out about it and was like, well, we'll make him a Secret Service agent too. So that happens, and then the first link is MSNBC's take on it, where this woman can't even celebrate this kid that has cancer and got an honorary Secret Service degree.
Oh, because it's MSNBC in there.
Yeah.
This is why people say it's a anti-Trump stuff's a sickness, because even if he literally cured cancer,
There
there would
find
be a
something wrong
news
with it.
portion where it's just like, oh my God, Trump's killing cancer. He's deporting cancer, and cancer won't be able to feed their family.
You know, we have a population problem already, and now more people are going to live.
Dude, you're not joking though. That's what would happen. But I didn't see this.
But I think this was a lesson in finding one thing that you let yourself feel. And I let myself feel joy about DJ. And I hope he's alive for another, 95 years, right? And I hope he lives and the life he wants to live. He wants to be a cop. He knows what he wants to do. And maybe when you have childhood cancer, that crystallizes for you. And I hope he has a long life as a law enforcement officer. But I hope he never has to defend the United States Capitol against Donald Trump supporters. And if he does, I hope he isn't one of the 6 who loses his life to suicide. And I hope he isn't one who has to testify against the people who carried out acts of seditious conspiracy and then live to see Donald Trump pardon those people. But I think this was.
Yeah, you could have just been like, oh,
It started off all good.
you can now 100 things in a row just say Trump's bad, Trumpy bad, Trumpy bad. Joey Dago, please tell me the video is playing.
No.
Seriously?
Audio sounds great, but no video.
What? On my screen,
Yeah.
with us in the little side box, it is playing perfectly. And I made sure. God damn it. Stream motherfucking cocksucking yard.
The
God.
first video played, at least. I see that.
So the first video played, and now this one is just an absolute. Well, the audio was honestly the most important part. But here, let me remove it. And yeah, good. Well, at least you heard the cunt. She was what was supposed to be heard.
Yeah, at least they heard it.
Now can we all see? Fucking, I'm gonna sue StreamYard. No, it's not even coming up.
Yep.
Oh, there it is.
This is a lesson in finding one thing that you let yourself
Thanks, Joey.
feel. And
Thank you,
I let
Joey.
myself feel joy about DJ. And I hope
Love you,
he's
Joe.
alive for another, 95 years, right? And I hope he lives and the life he wants to live. He wants to be a cop. He knows what he wants to do. And maybe when you have childhood cancer, that crystallizes for you. And I hope he has a long life as a law enforcement officer. But I hope he never has to defend the United States Capitol against Donald Trump supporters. And if he does, I hope he isn't one of the 6 who loses his life to suicide. And I hope he isn't one who has to testify against the people who carried out acts of seditious conspiracy and then live to see Donald Trump pardon those people. But I think
Like, does she
Just
want
let
him
it
to
be.
see this?
Uh-huh.
Hey, you little cancer asshole. You like Trump so much. I hope you don't kill yourself. Hope you don't kill yourself. You love Trump so much. You little jerk. I hope you live a long time, and I hope you get to live out your dreams as a cop. But I really hope you don't
But,
blow your fucking little head off.
If it's an insurrection, you're just going to commit suicide.
You little maggot. Maggot. Did we talk about the maggot thing? How
I think we talked about it on the ride to the ferry.
how the liberals on Twitter will say maggot, like MAGAT.
Yeah.
Because it sounds like it's MAGA. It's making fun of MAGA person, but it sounds like faggot.
Uh-huh.
So you're calling it. So
Yeah, I never thought of that until you brought it up.
what else are you trying to say? It's because you're trying to piss someone off by calling them that. It's like, you fucking maggot. And it's like, I get, okay, it's also maggot, like the worm. That's not what you're doing.
No,
You're not doing
you're
it.
not.
You're calling him a faggot. Because even though we society is in general decided that needed to go away, most people enjoyed the calling someone a faggot.
Yeah. Now you
It
got to.
it works.
Uh-huh.
When you call, because when someone's being a fag, there's no other word for when someone's being a fag than
There
faggot.
isn't.
There's no other way to put it.
Pussy, kind of.
Little bitch.
Barely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But there's no real, it's the tried and true. So they're taking back the night by calling people maggots. But we know what you're saying.
You miggers.
No, it's maggers.
Oh,
Because it's got to be MAGA, remember?
Oh, sorry.
That's because the red hat people will get all offended if you call them a magger. Magger.
So this little suicide kid got interviewed. That's the third link of it by like Newsmax or not even Newsmax. It's like Steve Bannon's network. That Steve Bannon does a show on some network. And wait till you hear this kid's voice. It is. I thought this was fake. I thought someone AI'd or just superimposed their own voice over it. But I think this is real.
Looks like the video's there. Okay, play.
Can I call you officer or agent, DJ Daniel, all of the above?
It really don't matter to me. I love women, so I don't care.
That's amazing. DJ
What?
Daniel, I want to ask you, first
Call me
and
whatever.
foremost,
I love
do you
women,
love
so I don't
President
care.
Trump?
I need to hear that again before I even hear another thing he says. That was amazing. He's like, I love women's. I'm not gay no more. I'm not gay. I love women.
It really don't matter to me. I love women, so I don't care.
That's amazing. DJ Daniel, I want to ask you, first and foremost, do you love President Trump? And are you so excited to be here on the White House grounds?
Obviously, because I gave him a great note that says Donald Trump is the best president of the United States of America.
And why do you feel that way?
Because honestly, I honestly wanted to see Donald Trump in real life, and now it's actually came true. And to my friends, I know one of my friends told me to say this to Donald Trump, but I didn't say it to him. So good luck, buddy.
Last thing, because we know you got to bounce. What would your one piece of advice for the Secret Service be?
Please stop being mean to President Trump, because if I see you being mean to him, I'm coming after you.
I love that. I think you need to become the director of the Secret Service. DJ, it is such an honor to have met you.
Hold up, I got one more thing to say.
What? He has one more thing.
Hold on, before he says this one more thing. Are we sure he's what, 12 years old?
I think so.
Or has he got Gary Coleman's
Yeah, maybe could the cancer treatment stunted his growth
or something? Because he looks and sounds like Gary Coleman.
He does.
What you talking about, Natalie Winters? It's wild. He's got an adult voice and face and body. It's just, he's the size of a little kid. But if you just like, if he was a picture and you clicked his corner and dragged it up, he would be like, no, that's just a regular adult. It wouldn't look like a stretched out kid. It would just look like a grown man.
Yeah, because his face looks like he's 40 years old.
Everything is, and the outfit is a 40-year-old. That's a cop. But yeah, holy shit, it's Gary Coleman Jr. But did you send Erock the link?
No.
Oh, I think I have to do that.
Yeah, I didn't know how to send it.
That is his voice sped up. He's 12 or 14, had 3 surgeries. Poor kid. So yeah, I guess his voice probably is altered. 13 surgeries. Excuse me. He had 13 surgeries.
Was he Bobo?
Yeah, on his Bobo penis. So that, I'm assuming the voice is because of all the surgeries.
Maybe
he's had to grow up a little faster than most. God, this kid, I'm a big fan of Officer DJ
Daniels.
Thing to say, I won't interrupt you.
If you're a Democrat and you're being mean to President Trump, I'm on your bumper.
You are about to go so viral, and you went viral last night.
I ain't gonna lie, I'm kind of acting like Miss Candace Matthews from Houston, Texas.
What?
That's amazing. Do you have anything else that you want to say? You should just take my job at this point.
May bless America.
How about that, Steve?
I
think we found my replacement, your replacement.
Thank you.
Would you ever run for president?
I'm not sure. I'm a little bit too young. Well, really and truly, I'm not young. I'm a 13. I'm a 50-year-old trapped in a 50-year-old body. I might look 13, but I'm 50.
Yes,
I
he
love
is.
that, and it sounds like you gotta go. The
That
Warren
is
Posse loves you. It's an
extremely
honor
accurate.
to have met you, sir.
I can't go yet because I see a little bald spot. I rub bald heads for good luck, if you know.
I think they want you to go, so I think you're gonna have
Send
to
it
go.
there. Maybe he gets it.
Never
I
mind.
don't know.
Very nice to meet you.
DJ Daniels, so amazing.
I just
Absolutely
realized
incredible.
that that's the first
Thank
time I
you.
ever shook the woman's hand.
What?
It's the first time he ever shook a woman's hand.
Oh, man.
This is very haram.
Thank you so much. Jack Pasova.
Now, I don't know if that means
Natalie,
like,
thank you so much. DJ Daniels, who
he,
stole the show last night, stealing the
oh,
show
look at
again
Jack.
here.
I went to church today. Hey, Steve, went to church today.
Now, I don't know if he meant like usually girls give me a hug and I never shake their hand, because it is kind of weird when you shake a girl's hand, right?
I guess so. Or maybe he's never had a reason to shake a woman's hand.
Yeah.
I'm a 50-year-old trapped in a 12-year-old body, and boy, am I a misogynist. Boy, do I not respect women. I've never shaken one's hand. You are the luckiest lady in the world, as far as I'm concerned.
We could.
I'm on your bumper.
We could.
I fucking
DM
love that kid.
Eric.
I'm gonna send it to him on my phone.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna just send it to his telefono number. That way he'll have it.
Yeah. Where did he even hear those sounds? You mess with Donald Trump, I'm gonna be right on your bumper. Where did he even hear these sayings? His dad must be a character.
His dad, I think his dad was at the speech.
That was the one holding them up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's either him, the dad, or some other. He obviously has a positive male role model in his family who is in law enforcement, because he knows all the lingo. He has the proper uniform.
He does.
He's the little cop guy.
And it was just so weird that they couldn't even stand up and clap for him. It was like, what the fuck are they? I don't know. I don't know the history. I don't know
how you can paint that as negative, though. It's like, Because if the other side was doing it and you're perceiving, if Biden was giving a speech and everything he was saying was like, we're giving more money to the Ukraine and there's going to be more people coming over the border and there's going to be more diversity. And then all of a sudden he's like, and also this cancer kid, you'd be like, all right, you're just throwing the cancer kid up to pander to everyone.
That's
and it's just a total fucking jerk off move. Meanwhile, like everything else you said. So I understand, like even being disgusted with it, like, oh, this is like total cheap move. To.
But what about, Mark Fogel and his mom, who was caught in Russian prison for years, and Trump finally got him out, and his mom is 95 and was like, I never thought I'd see my son again. And she's there with her son, and they were like, nope.
It's the same thing.
Same thing. Yeah.
They think he's just trying to squeeze out sympathy from everybody and get both sides to clap, and they see it as disingenuous. Meanwhile,
True. Yeah,
everyone in that room is the most disingenuous scum shit fuck in the whole fucking world. So they should just stand up and clap because we don't believe whatever you think. You're all bullshit people anyway, so you might as well just. Because again, it doesn't. I don't even saying why I think they didn't stand up and clap. I don't think it's right.
Yeah,
do it anyway. Stand up and clap for the kid who has, even if you see it as like a shill fucking pandery move. You stand up and go, oh, that's good for that kid.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's good for that old 95-year-old lady who gets to see her son again. It's great for them. Doesn't matter if you actually agree. Like, fuck off.
Don't hold up your stupid bingo sign cards that they had. That was.
Oh yeah, I didn't know what the fuck that was either. One of them said like, "This is not normal."
That was some sign that someone just held up while Trump walked in.
Yeah,
and it was holding it up like in the camera view. And some guy, one of the security or something, came by and ripped it out of her hand.
Yeah, you're right. This is not normal. What you're doing is not normal.
Yeah, and then the whole in the afternoon or whatever, 23 senators all recorded that same message. Did you see?
I saw something about on all of their Twitter and like social media accounts. They all posted the exact same video.
The exact same thing, but it was weird because it like trickled out. I guess they got the script from whoever, and first it was like Elizabeth Warren, and then Cory Booker did it, and then all of a sudden it just kept more and more coming out, and it turned out to be like 23 of them, all with the same. They didn't even like improv or anything, which is all the same message about Trump, blah blah blah. Inflation should be down, and eggs are still up, and we're losing jobs, and Elon Musk took a chainsaw to the government of essential workers that try to make the government work more efficient.
Eggs. I need my eggs. Yeah, I did you see Elon's tweet about it? How he would give someone a free Cybertruck?
Yeah.
If they found the origin of the video, like the original poster, whoever made it.
And then Cory Booker said, "It was me. I don't even want your truck."
Because it wasn't funny. You. If it was actually him, he'd be like, "Can I have the truck?"
Yeah.
Please. He would DM him. He wouldn't post it. He'd DM Elon and be like, "Hey, it was me. I posted the original one."
No, but he had to try to own Elon one more time.
I don't even want your truck. I'm going to write Nazi on the side of it and sell it. Yeah, because I'm badass and a rebel and gay. Asian sumo wrestler with AIDS and eggs says drunk Garrett at Mardi Gras should have went, "I want to shake your hand," to the bikini girl. He should have.
I should have.
Would have been a little smoother than
instead of getting slapped by her hand.
Untying her bikini. You're saying, what?
And it wasn't even like, hey, that's fresh slap. It was like a slap. It's like right in front of my friends. And it was bad.
It was like less fingers in palm and more heel of the hand. Like she was more of like a punch. She's trying to dislocate your jaw or fucking make you go deaf. Well, how'd your friends react? Were they like, fucking bitch? Or were they like, Garrett, what are you doing?
Yeah. I don't really remember. They weren't like, fucking bitch, but I think it was more like they didn't really know what was going on. And they were kind of just like, yeah, all right, I guess Garrett's being weird.
I guess Garrett's being weird with that girl. Just so everybody knows, because I feel like we referenced this video quite a bit, and just in case you haven't seen it, This is the "I want to shake your hand" video that the Asian sumo wrestler with AIDS is referencing. Classic.
Classic.
So these two guys are just arguing on a plane about God knows what, and this is.
And this guy gets kicked off the plane.
Shake your hand. I'm gonna shake your hand. Shake your hand. I'm gonna shake your hand. I want to shake his hand. I want to shake his hand. I want to shake his hand. Pull me off the fucking plane. I want to shake his hand. That's all I want to do. All I want to do. You stupid son of a bitch.
You think he just wanted to shake his hand?
Yeah.
Politely. Looked like there was a little Yetza Haram there.
I want to see. I think the guy who was arguing with was a real Kavakin Schwagenhak.
Hotson Totson.
Hotson Totson. Now I think these are the people that he's with, the woman and child, and he's just like, "Oh, don't get upset. I just want to shake his hand. It's not a big deal. We're just getting kicked off of this flight. We're not getting kicked off of. Are we getting kicked off of all flights? We might be getting kicked off of all flights. It's not a big deal. I have the deepest voice. People take what I say wrong sometimes because I sound mean. I just want to shake his hand. Nobody believes me." He should have been a fucking pro wrestler with that voice.
Yeah.
The fact that he isn't is mind-boggling. But one of my favorite parts is in
That
the
could
middle.
be his move. Just like, I just want to shake your hand. He tosses the guy out, flips him over, does something.
Time for the Mike Sullivan handshake. Come on, honey. Don't be mad. Think he's drunk?
But yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Idiot. You fucking idiot. I'm not an idiot.
I'm not an
He's
idiot.
a fucking idiot. He's a fucking idiot.
He must be drunk because everything he's doing is that like a toddler. The way he's talking, what he's saying, what he wants to do. I want to shake your hand. I want to shake his hand. I want to shake. Like he's like a little kid that got in trouble and is like, "No, I'll just say sorry. I'll just say sorry, and then I can stay on the plane. I don't have to go into timeout. I don't have to go into timeout. I'll just say sorry. Come on. I want to shake his hand." Like, no, you're in a lot of trouble, young man. Just saying sorry isn't going to cut it this time. We're kicking you off the plane. I want to shake his hand.
I'm not an idiot. You're an idiot.
Can I at least have my baba? Can I at least have some milk? I want my baba. No, give me my Hot Wheels. I want my cars. Why can't I do anything?
I don't want to put my jammies on.
No jammies. No jammies.
Oh, the Yetzer Hara hotline is
Yeah.
ringing. Look at this.
Hey,
I
what?
want to shake your hand.
Hold on 1 second.
1 second. We got to hook you up to the phone line. Hold on.
Line.
Hold on. That's pretty much the end of "I want to shake your hand" video anyway. He just
Yeah.
he just says, "You're an idiot" a few more times and then gets kicked off the plane. But more importantly, very special guest on the phone calling in. The
Marvel superstar.
Marvel superstar. They call him the Yetzer Hara's Yetzer Hara trap.
Yeah.
It's Aaron Berg. Hello.
You there?
Hi guys.
Hey.
It's so hard for me to make a call. Can you? How are you?
Doing great. How you doing?
Well, there's very few people that are in the Marvel universe twice that have been relegated to one line in one movie and then dubbed over for half of the lines in the other show. And I am that person.
Congratulations.
Excellent.
Yeah, I watched the
Marvel royalty.
You're on the same path as Bill Burr. You know, you're a comedian, then start getting into Marvel superhero movies. Next stop, you're going to be a helicopter pilot.
Next stop, Black Wife.
Yeah. No. next stop is saying that the California wildfires were handled well.
Yeah, that Newsom guy's pretty good. Everybody loves him.
I mean, I don't fucking get it. I mean, the fucking internet saying these fucking people did bad job just because houses burned down and fucking Dyke was in Ghana. Who the fuck gives a shit, right? Hey, I'm Bill Burr. Check it out.
But
I'm running around, but I was like, I gotta call you guys. I miss
Nice.
you guys too much.
Yeah, I watched the episode Daredevil. I didn't really I don't know the whole history behind it, but apparently one guy's blind.
well, I'm actually in the
There's
middle
this
of watching
guy-
the show, so I didn't watch the episode because I don't want to spoil it.
Oh, okay.
But I saw the screenshot you posted on Twitter, and I was like, "Oh my god!" Like I'm in the middle of watching this show. I'm about to see.
Oh, okay.
Like once I get through this next season, I'll be seeing the Berg Files.
Uh-huh.
I'm very excited.
Dude, it's pretty good. I'm in 14 episodes this season. I play Foreman in every episode. And I
Wow.
just keep coming back going, there's still a hole that hasn't been dealt with. And he's like, I thought I told you to deal with that in episode 1. And I was like, there's red tape. Okay, so let's get to the bottom of this. We don't know what, okay, there's serious stuff going on. So my manager may be getting fired, or Daredevil owes me a whole bunch more money because they reached out and they're like, we may need him for ADR. That's when you have to go back and do sound recording because they recorded it outside and they didn't pick up all the sound. So they knew right away it was a problem. So we go, here's the dates I'm available. Never hear nothing back. So I asked my manager, I go, did they reach out to you? He goes, I'm 99% sure no, which leads me to believe, you know what I mean? And so then I was on the phone with SAG and production today, and I'm like, someone else's voice is on my acting.
It definitely is.
I'm not okay with that. And I'm not okay with that. And at the end is me. You know when I'm yelling, where I'm like, come on, let's go, guys.
Oh, that
That's
part
me.
was you?
But then, but then the rest is like, oh, there's a lot of red tape and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, that is not me. And anyone that knows my voice knows that it's not me.
It was so obvious when I watched it.
It's so obvious. It's fucking painfully obvious. And then Erock is like, they hired someone that sounded more New York. And I go, no, this is the whole fucking thing, Erock. So anyways, it's the whole fucking thing. I watched it last night. I was so excited to be, I know it's a small part, but I was like, this is a really big thing.
Yeah.
And then I watched it and I was like, and I go, that's not my voice. And remember once we were watching this thing on In Hot Water where they changed my face in another thing?
I was just going to bring that up. I wish I still had that fucking picture, but we put your actual face next to the picture of you.
Bad?
And your whole face was like shortened.
Yes.
Yeah. And thinner or something.
They like upturned your nose and like cut like the middle of your face out, and you just had like your face was squished.
You know, it was someone that was like, this guy looks too Jewish to be a Nazi. Take his nose down. Anyways, it should be exciting.
So what's it like acting with Vincent D'Onofrio? It's a pretty big name.
Cool. And you know who else was there? James Gandolfini's son.
Yeah, I saw that.
And D'Onofrio we were just in it, and I improv'd a whole bunch of lines and stuff, and it was like, I think that role was 2 lines, and then it turned out to be like 5, and now it's just not even my voice. I can't even use that on a demo reel. It'll be like transitioning.
Well, someone because you posted the picture on Twitter, actually Vinny Cash, he posted the picture of you as Infrastructure Bill. So I think what you should do is you send it out on a demo reel and say, this is me in Daredevil. This is my character, foreman, construction worker. But it's just a clip of you as Infrastructure Bill and your dog.
It was a pretty good character, I think. It was probably the best character ever done. It was that or Anal Bin Pooper.
I don't know. I'm pretty fond of Oreo Connor myself.
Mm-hmm.
I heard Kumi is coming back to get his equipment.
Yeah.
He was going to. Drew was holding it hostage.
WABC.
WNABC, yeah. Yeah, starts this
Well, what are you
Sunday.
guys doing? What are you guys doing? You having fun?
Doing a show.
Just hanging out with Gino. He says the N-word a lot.
Is he there?
No.
Oh, he doesn't say the M-word anymore.
He was actually out drinking with Ray DeVito last night at the Stand.
That's right.
Oh, that's nice. Are they buddies?
Apparently they became buddies at the Stand because Bob Odenkirk was there and Gino took a piss next to Bob Odenkirk and told him he was a fan of his. And then he got in a good mood and went out and said, "Hey, Ray, let's go get a drink." And they got a drink together.
Oh, that's nice. It's always
Yeah.
nice to see people make up for a month, you know? And it's like, what was Bob Odenkirk doing there?
They were filming some Netflix show. I don't know what it is, though.
Where?
At the Stand, though.
No, they were doing Netflix auditions for like the new like faces where they take all these trans people and like obese
Oh, they're still doing that?
And they're like, yeah, they still do it. It's almost illegal. Like now, because my voice was dubbed, I may sue and be like, oh, this is a problem because I'm white. So I want I pull that Tyler Fisher card. Whenever anything bad happens now, you can be like, oh, this is DEI. I need to know the person you hired to dub my voice was white.
Yeah, it kind of sounded like a black guy, to be honest.
If it was, oh, I'm gonna be rich, dude. This guy's stealing my work. Well, how's the show? What do you guys do? 4 a week, 5 a week?
We
4 a
do
week.
4 a week.
Yeah. And the football show with Gino.
Yeah.
That's great. Where do you do it?
Steve's place.
That's nice. How's
Yeah.
the kid?
What's that?
How's your kid?
He's good.
He's killing it.
He's getting older, thank God.
Is he verbal?
And it works out better here than I thought it would. I thought we were gonna have to deal with a lot of him waking up and crying because me and Garrett are very loud and we have rough anal sex after the show's over. And we were gonna have to like change the venue here, but he actually, once he goes to sleep, I can sit here and scream. And
he sits through Gino.
He sits through Gino coming to this place and yelling.
Yeah.
Yeah. We got lucky with my son being just the best kid in the world. But when we put him to bed right before we start everything, he resists quite a bit. Garrett's I have to pick him up and take him away, and he's always reaching out for Garrett, going, no, every time I have to put him to bed.
The biggest doe eyes, just like filling up with tears. Like they're ruining my life. And you're just letting them.
Is Garrett his real dad?
Possibly.
Who knows?
He gets very excited to see Garrett every time he comes over. And now when you ring the bell, he goes like, oh, Garrett, and he runs to the door. And I'm like, all right. You better be that excited to see me when I get home next time, you fucking little jerk. And put on your today or yesterday, he was going, no jammies, because he wanted to stay up.
Yeah.
How's Piper?
I'm glad he talks. She's great, man. She's 7.5. She's still a girl, which is good. We overcame the public school system, so we kept her a girl, moved to the private school. And we got a new dog. We got a Shih Tzu pug. And then she was shitting all over the house. And Piper goes, you should have expected it. Shit's in her name.
Wow.
Pretty good.
So she's got a little comedy bug in her already.
Yeah.
She said fucking bitch yesterday. She's 7 years old. My wife got in an argument with someone at work, and Piper goes, this lady's a fucking bitch. And I'm like, do you not talk like? And she goes, Mom said it's accurate. And I'm like, Jesus Christ. When I'm 8, I'm gonna say the N-word. What? You can't, Jesus, you can't say that.
Yeah, when a few months ago, when Charlie started like actually talking, like he still doesn't speak in full sentences or anything, but he says words now. But it really started a few months ago, and we realized we really have to watch what we say around him, because I would stub my toe or something and go like, oh fuck, and I just hear a little voice from across the room, fuck. I'm just like, oh no.
Yeah.
And one time I'm laying on the couch and he just walks up to me with his toy and very calmly just goes, yo, fuck. And I'm like, yo, fuck. I don't think I've ever even said yo, fuck. And I've never said it in that tone either if I had. So now I'm like,
no, your son is black, son.
But he's very calm black boy. Because it was just, yo, fuck.
Those sneakers is fire. Yo, fuck. When you guys have rough sex anally, does it sound like P. Diddy and Meek Mill? Like where you're pounding it and it's slapping?
A lot of pounding and slapping and name calling. And yes, a lot of N-words getting thrown around.
I fucked this stripper once, and her kid heard us in the other room, and she heard the slapping, like of the fucking, and she goes, "Don't spank the bum." And I was like, "All right, don't tell me how to fuck, kids."
Oh, God.
Don't spank.
Yeah.
It's nice of her just to keep her kid out on the outside while she's selling her body.
Yeah, did she say anything, or was she just like, "Oh, ignore the child that's at the door listening to you clap your balls off me"?
She was a whore stripper. She was just happy she was getting fucking filled with Jew cock.
Oh, that's a real Yetzer Hara trap you fell into there.
Yeah, we called her Pussy Gaza. Mike Racine did a 5-minute set on it. The thing is, I'm going to do my late night set. I'm doing my debut on Fox this weekend for Jimmy Fallon's show. They started doing stand-up. But I do this joke where I say, that guy Sneeko stole this joke and put it on Twitter a while ago, and I called him out, and then he gave me credit after I called him out. But I go, Kamala, remember when Trump goes, she was black and then she turned Indian. I go, I didn't know they could do that. I don't know if she's black or Indian. I haven't gotten close enough to smell. And that joke kills when there's black people or Indian people. But I'm doing it at Fox News. So I'm worried if I have to take that joke out. So I'm going to run the set 6 times before I do the taping.
Well, Fox, so you think the white people aren't going to like it?
White people usually don't laugh at racial jokes.
Yeah, because they're afraid.
Unless they see like white teeth coming through a black smile, then that's like a green light for them.
Do you also have to try to just fix your jokes to keep them clean, or is that easy?
I'm gonna tell you the beautiful thing about Fox is they've asked me to curse.
Wow, perfect.
Yeah, like we want you to curse once. We like bleeping it. It adds edge to the show.
Yeah.
Really
all right,
cool.
Good for them.
And it's like the reality of Fox is they're not playing that game anymore. Like they get way more viewers. Jimmy Fallon gets like almost double the viewers of Jimmy Fallon. And so it's like, you know, they're playing with house money, and Gutfeld gets way more viewers than anybody. So it's like, you know, they don't care. They'll cross the line. There's just certain things you can't say. You know, you can't be like, so and so is a crook. He stole money for, you know, you can't make like libelous claims.
So can you say when you're going to be on yet, or not yet?
It'll be on Saturday night at around 10:40 p.m.
on Fox News.
Fox News.
Okay.
Check it out.
Cool.
Yeah.
Or rather, Fox Jews. When you run your set.
Jews. Yeah. Well, I'm glad I got to call in. You guys have a great show and enjoy your butt fucking after the show.
Thanks, will do.
Thank you. It was very good hearing from you. We want to hang out and actually see you sometime soon.
Yeah, let's do that. We should have a reunion or something.
Okay, we're down. We're around.
We'll do a mitzvah.
Sounds good. We'll do a mitzvah. We'll break a glass. We'll shoot a few brown babies. You know what we do. Mazel tov! Bang bang! Malachala, malachala! Ah, my baby! Malachala! We are so innocent. Malachala, malachala! Here is your hostages that lost 98 pounds each, and their gift bags. Malachala, malachala! All right, I'll talk to you guys later.
Later, dude.
Later,
Thanks.
Aaron.
Bye.
Oh, well, that was nice. I didn't know he was calling in today because he said he had stuff to do. I knew our next guest was calling in today.
Yes, we were plugging it before. The star of It's Erik Nagel program.
The number one star on the It's
Number
Never.
one- yeah.
The number one host. It's Erik Nagel.
Yo, fucks.
What's going on?
Whoop. Hey, it's Erik Nagel.
How are you guys?
Good.
Good. How are you?
Good. I was laughing last night, middle of the night, watching Daredevil. Watched Aaron's scene come up.
So I sent it to the Google Drive.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
And was just laughing. I'm like, he wasn't New York enough that they had to dub him over. And
were you on hold to hear his side of the story?
Yeah, it's a good way to save face. I heard it. No, I think he's right because he wrote me this morning. He goes, "That's not what happened," and tells me everything. But it's just funnier the fact that he comes out there and they probably just like he's too high register. He wasn't the "yo, what are you doing" kind of guy. So they just overdubbed him, and every time it was such terrible editing. Every time he went to talk, they cut to a different scene so that you don't see him talk. Yeah. And then they would cut back to showing him and Fisk together. I was just laughing. I'm like, he got so hosed in this whole scene. And then he was telling me that they didn't tell him about the ADR. What if it wasn't that? Like, what if it really was? He goes, yeah, we were in a rush. He was there. And then he's like, let's just find somebody else to overdub it. Nobody's going to know anyway. But he does have a valid point too. Like, you can't do that stuff when you're dealing with SAG-AFTRA and all of that. So,
okay.
Yeah. You really can't fuck around with that kind of shit because they're also uber sensitive now with AI dubbing and AI generation and all of that stuff. So you can't be hired for one job and then they cut and reuse you in a different way other than what was contracted. So they'll probably throw them, a nice check and it's like, hey, we'll extend your benefits for another year or something.
Yeah.
Now I haven't seen this scene at all. I'm very excited to watch it right now because
I'll tell you this. I'm gonna put it up there where this is this generation's he stinks and I don't like him.
It is.
Yeah.
That was when Jim Norton was in Spider-Man.
Yes.
And he had the one line in the movie. He said he still gets checks for that, I think.
I'm sure he does.
It must be pennies.
Maybe
that movie's
now,
on
but
every platform. So I'm sure
I remember him saying, like, even it might have been sort of recently that when that movie was out and popular, and even for a few years after that, he was like getting good money for being in the movie for 2 seconds.
I mean, he has a speaking part.
It stinks, and I don't like it.
And a close up. Right?
Yeah. But
apparently, Jim had said one time that there's I don't know if Jim has it or if he says that the movie company has it, but apparently there's like a reel if they just let Jim improv, and he did a whole bunch of different lines, and then that's the one that they kept for it. So yeah, I would love to see the highlight reel of Jim's just constantly finding new ways to cleanly shit on Spider-Man.
Yeah, he probably at one point said, "I don't like it and it stinks." Also, it stinks. I like
and
it.
I don't like him. Yeah. Comma, pause, beat, and I don't like him.
Don't like it, I don't. Stinks, it does.
So I don't know if I should set up this clip because it might have spoilers in it for you.
That's fine. Spoil away.
There's nothing spoiling in that clip.
But Vincent D'Onofrio gets elected mayor.
Damn it, Garrett! I didn't know that.
That's
He's
in
still
the trailers
prison.
and part of
in the season I'm watching. That fat fuck's in prison. God damn it, Garrett!
He gets elected mayor and he's driving to some sort of press conference. And this is like his first week as mayor, and they're trying to keep him on the down low so he doesn't ruffle any feathers. And there's this big pothole in the street, and he's like, "We're going to be late. What's going on?" And he decides to get out of the car and fix the problem himself.
And I see Arnold Rothstein from Boardwalk Empire is in the scene. Is it his driver?
Also, Gandolfini's sons, I think, in the car.
Wow, star-studded.
Yeah.
With Aaron Berg in the middle of this star-studded cast. Another star.
Yeah.
All right, I need to see this, and I need to hear his fake voice.
Nothing. What's going on here?
It's that big hole. We'll be around it in like a minute.
Oh, yeah.
Sir, I'd advise against whatever you
The whole walking with the arms up like he's a muscle guy.
Wait a minute. Hold on a second. That voice we just heard was supposed to be Aaron?
Yeah.
I need to already rewind that because so that's him running up.
Yeah, but also watch when he's running. He lifts his arms up to look like he's like big and bulky as he's running to it.
Hey, in the mirror.
Yes.
How you doing?
I want.
That's supposed to be him?
How you doing?
Hey, my man. How you doing? What was wrong with Aaron's voice that you had to put that in there?
I have no idea.
That sounds terrible.
Well, he said they were filming outside.
Oh, so
it was probably shitty audio.
a lot of yeah. Okay, that makes more sense. Then that sounded better than whatever Aaron did. I promise was better than that.
I want you to stop what you're doing and fill that hole. You have the equipment and the manpower. Hey, sorry, sir. It's the red tape. We're waiting on the permit approval. Consider it approved. Got it. Now! Move! Let's go! Now! Move! Hey, Mikey! Hey, we're back in business! Let's go!
So you see what I'm saying? They edit away every time he has to talk. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
What the fuck? They didn't give him a word.
Nope.
That was all some other guy.
Because Aaron said like the last 2 lines were his voice, but that didn't even sound like him.
I don't think that was him either. Yeah, hold on. Let's see. This. I think he's talking about this part.
Got it. Now! Move! Let's go! Now! Move! Hey,
That's not his voice.
Yeah.
That is not Aaron's voice.
we're back in business! Let's go!
Wow. Yeah, I'd be pissed. That is 100% some other fucking guy's shitty voice.
What's worse, him doing a role and they overdub your voice, or they AI generate you into something and didn't ask you to be to act in it?
Oh, like they just take your likeness and then AI
and then generate you into a scene or something. Yeah.
Oh my God.
I think this, because at least with the AI generating thing, you don't have to actually do anything. Someone just made a video of you, but you didn't have to leave your house, wait on set all day, sit around.
Yeah.
Because I'm sure everything I've ever heard about people doing, movies and TV is that it's a lot of waiting around. If it's cold outside, there's a lot of waiting around in the cold.
Yeah.
Just for that was a minute. He's probably waiting for fucking 8 hours for that minute. And then it comes out and it's not even you. I would be so pissed if I did all that just for not me to be on. I would rather just, I got paid for someone to use my likeness and I didn't have to do anything.
Yeah.
Erock, agree or disagree?
I think both are equally hilarious. That, they're still not so much now, but once in a while it slips through the cracks where they do some kind of CGI generated commercial, either with old actors from like black and white movies, or there's crowd scenes and then you find out that they had to make payments because they took footage that was meant for one thing, pulled the people out and made them like the audience or people walking in the street for another thing. And that's illegal too. So then you find out you're being generated into all these other properties that you didn't get hired for, and you're not making any money from it. It's going to get to the it is getting to the point. You see those contracts where they're trying to get rights to for people's likeness forever. Like they're paying a top dollar for a celebrity, an older celebrity, to their estate, saying that, hey, we want to use Gene Kelly or Bob Hope or something like that, so he can sell, toilet cleaner or fast food or something like that. We spent all this money, got the rights to the likeness, and they can keep generating them. I just think it's funny that they put you in there and you're like, wait a minute, what? I'm in what commercial? I'm in what background of Law and Order? I wasn't there. What happened?
Yeah, no, that's way too much, because it'd be fine if you were getting paid, if you're fully aware. But the fact that they could just own your likeness, use it, and they don't even have to tell you, let alone fucking pay you.
That's fucked up.
That seems illegal, and it
is illegal. There's laws against it because the studios were doing it. I think there was an old. It was a scene from a movie.
It was Fred Astaire.
Yeah, I think it was like Singing in the Rain or something. and they had him with a mop, and it was for some kind
vacuum,
of a
yeah.
vacuum or something like that. And then they go, well, we paid the rights to the movie company, right? But you didn't pay the rights to the guy's family for the likeness of him. They don't own his likeness rights. They own the scene. They don't own him to be repurposed into like a spick and span commercial. So, but then you have people who did it, like James Earl Jones before he died, signed over his likeness and his vocal rights, and went through all this time just reading all these different things so they could generate his voice perfectly. And his family makes money, you know, 'cause he died. He died,
good for
in case
them.
you didn't know, spoiler. His family makes money when they keep using him for Darth Vader and other things for Disney. So maybe that's what Aaron needs to do. Go record like 6 hours of the dictionary and then just sell his likeness there. And then he can just sit back and collect checks and never have to work again.
Well, who
That's
they
not a
do
bad
that to
job.
in The Sopranos?
Olivia. Fuck, I can't remember the actress's name, but Tony's mom died while they were still filming. So they killed her character off. But before they did that, they had her in a scene with Tony having like their final confrontation. And it is not good. It is fucking. They did their best, you know, for the early 2000s. That was.
Did they CGI it or just use old clips?
They used old clips of her, but they took some other woman's body and they put Olivia's face like cut out onto this other woman's body. So this other woman's going like, oh, like moving her arms around, but it just looks unnatural. The face does not look right. It looks like what it is, which is a video clip of some other woman's face on another person. And yeah, she sounds like an Olivia soundboard talking to Tony because she just doesn't really speak in full sentences. She just says like her catchphrases like, oh, I wish the Lord would take me now. And just does a lot of like, yeah, you don't know. And it's very.
They do that old technique of where when the camera's on Gandolfini, they have somebody dressed up like her. So you just get a little bit of the side screen. So it looks like they're actually in the room together having the conversation. Magic of television.
If I could find that real quick, because it's not a long scene.
So I'm new to this whole Daredevil thing. I'm not like I'm gonna watch, but like, what's the premise of it? He's a blind guy.
He got into. They all have accidents or tragedies happen to them when they're younger. He got, I forgot what it was, an explosion or acid or something happened to him, and it made him kind of go blind, but not fully blind. But it enhanced his hearing, his strength, his scent, all that. Like his other senses are on fire while
heightened.
And he can only really see if he has those red tinted glasses on. Like it's something.
Oh, so he can see with the glasses?
Somewhat.
I kept wondering
No, it's not the glasses.
I'm watching these scenes.
It's the red glasses, and it's the red because he has those same lenses in his Daredevil like cap. So he can kind of see, but it's almost like a bat. He relies on his sonar and everything to know where he is, what he's doing, how to fight, and all that. He's a street level character. Like he's not like superpowers galore, but he's just a street level
karate.
Yeah.
Yeah, he went blind. There's a in comic book lore, they say so Daredevil pushed a guy out of the way of a truck that then tipped over and had all this toxic waste fall out and get in his eyes. And they say it's the same toxic waste that then went into the sewers and created the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Really?
They say.
That's what they say?
Yeah, it's comic book legend.
And they're two different companies, two different properties. So I like to see how they pull that one off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just, just word on the streets. But yeah, it made Daredevil, he has like, he's blind, but he has like super hearing, super smelling. He can smell shit in your ass. He has super hear, like all his other senses are superhero-fied.
Because there were some scenes where like he meets a woman that I guess he knew previously, and she's like, well, I'm just gonna leave this here for you, and she leaves like a little pyramid thing on a bench, and he looks right down at it and picks it up, and it's like, how do you know that was there?
He can see to an extent. It's not like he can see fully, but
he can hear so well that he basically sees.
Like he could hear her put it down and knows where the sound came from or something.
They show a scene where he's in the hospital bed after he wakes up from his eye poisoning, and he's just like hearing shit from down the street. He's hearing people talking on the floors above him.
That
Like
happened a lot in these first episodes. Yeah.
yeah, he could just hear every single thing ever. So his hearing's just so good that he can hear if the lights are on. Like he can hear light. That's how sensitive his hearing is.
Okay.
And it's made up.
yeah.
So that's the other thing is, if someone just fucking went bam and clapped his ears really hard, he'd go deaf, and that'd be it for Daredevil. He can't see or do anything anymore. He's blind and deaf. He's a Heron Kara.
Well, you guys like the show? Cause I couldn't get into it really, but I came in mid-season, not even mid-season, but like season 2 or whatever it is.
I'm right now watching. Yeah,
it helps if you watched some of the Netflix version of this series. It's pretty much continuing from that.
Yeah, so that's what it was. It was on Netflix like 10 years ago.
There's 3 seasons that Marvel had a deal with Netflix for 4 different characters, and Daredevil was one of them, and he had his own series on there. When they decided to do Disney Plus and got all the rights back for everything, they were like, well, we're going to bring back Daredevil, same characters, but different story. It's not going to have anything to do with the previous thing. And then after a while they go, all right, well, it's got something to do with the previous thing. But we're going in a better direction than the Netflix one. The Netflix one got really dark, which was fine, but it was so drawn out. Like by the 3rd season, it was all about like religious righteousness and all this other shit.
No, I'm not up to that yet. That sounds
you're
terrible.
watching the Netflix version now?
Since the new one was coming out, I was like, oh, let's watch this. And I've heard good things. And like the Punisher part of it's pretty cool because he just murders the shit out of people.
Mm-hmm.
But the acting and like a lot of the peripheral shit going on between his friend Foggy and this other blonde girl, and it's not good. It's really you fucking. It's one of the shows where it's made for you to look at your phone. Like you're on your phone when they're talking and doing all their bullshit. But then when Daredevil or the Punisher's fighting someone, you go, oh, okay, now I gotta watch. And okay, now I can just listen to this because.
Oh wait, so the Punisher is in it too?
Yeah, his character's pretty good.
But they brought up some guy, White Tiger.
I haven't met him yet.
Oh, okay.
But the dialogue is so cheesy and like definitely like ripped out of the comic book because at one point the girl that works for them at the law firm, works for Daredevil, is talking to a guy who works at a newspaper, and because she's trying to get him to help her with something, and she says the sentence, "Hell, you were taking down the mob when I was in diapers." Hell, you were in the mob when I was in diapers, and it's just the cheesiest fucking. There's like over the top obvious. No one fucking talks like that, especially not this beautiful blonde woman who's just like, instead of being a normal person and having a beautiful blonde lady life, she's just sleuthing and trying to get this old black guy at a newspaper to help her with some fucking case that she wouldn't give a shit about, and saying things like, "Hell, you were taking down the mob single-handedly with your articles when I was in diapers." It made me want to puke when she said that. It was so bad. There's a lot of shit like that in it, but it's worth, I think so far at least. I haven't gotten to the 3rd dickhead season where it's of religion apparently, but what I've watched so far is entertaining because once they start fighting people, you're like, oh yeah, bam, bam, bam. They had good fight scenes.
There was a lot big fight scene in the first episode of this season. It was good.
The fight scenes and the violence are tremendous on the Netflix versions of Daredevil and of Punisher, and they were going to tone it down going into this when they announced that they were going to bring it back for the MCU version, and then so much shit. It's like you can't neuter the Punisher. Like, what is he going to walk around with with one pistol and miss, like when G.I. Joe would shoot at each other, all these lasers going everywhere, but nobody got hit. And then over time, they started to cave when people said, we want the Blade movie can't be PG-13. All right, it'll be R. Deadpool movie can't be 13. Okay, it'll be R. This is going back to full violence, and we haven't even seen Punisher yet. He's coming in future episodes, but at least for this version. So it's going to be fantastic. Hopefully.
Wow. All right. So you're into it
so far. Yeah.
Okay.
They've made it a bit more based on the comics than just when they can't use certain properties or certain characters, they just try to make up their own way, their own path, like they did with Spider-Man's characters over at Sony that have nothing to do with Spider-Man. And you're like, this sucks. That's what they were doing. Now they got everything all interwoven together. And now they're like, all right, we can plan all of this out and do something. Because now Spider-Man's back to being a street level character. They just announced they're bringing back in Luke Cage and Jessica Jones. They're coming back in at some point, and it'll be fun.
You don't get sick of all this Marvel stuff?
No, because there's so many different genres of entertainment within it. So you've got like the space asteroids shit up there. Then you got the mystical magic stuff. Then you got the street level vigilante espionage kind of stuff. Like it fits every kind of movie or TV show. They've got characters that fit into all those genres. So you got a little of everything.
What is with the is this our end where it's
I've been
freezing?
wanting to smash my laptop because I can't tell. I'm assuming it's our end since every time we try to play a video, it's half the time it doesn't show up. But yeah, Erock, you lock up sometimes when you're talking, your screen freezes. But again, I don't think there's anything you could do. I think it's completely on our end because StreamYard, it looks like we're gonna have to look for a new streaming platform because they've been doing nothing but fuck up lately, and we've changed. It's just like dealing with Otera. We've changed nothing about our routine. We've, if anything, simplified things. So we just have very basic. We play a clip. We show a super chat. That is it. And
it doesn't seem to be locking up on my end. Like I see you guys.
Okay,
fine.
so then it must be on our end.
So yeah, it's definitely 100% over here where we're just watching you talk, but that's a complicated process.
What are your thoughts on Anthony going to ABC?
I think it's great. I mean, why not? You know,
exactly.
I know what people are saying. I've been seeing all the shit where, well, and you know, Dum-Dum's comments about, AM radio, I'll be jealous of that. If it was 15 years ago, yeah, I'd be like, AM radio is kind of a death sentence. You'll get people listening on the AM radio, but their numbers are bigger for their app and their streaming stuff because they have their own app, one, which is, important too. They're tied in with TuneIn and I think a couple of other those radio streaming apps. So you can get them in a bunch of different places. Plus the website, the player on there works pretty damn well compared to other radio stations. That's where most people are going to be listening to them anyway. They're not going to be I mean, some will be listening in the New York area. Everyone else is going to be listening on the app. I don't really listen to radio stations, and I work for a company that requires you to do so. But if I have to listen to anybody's shows, I either get the on-demand version, or if I have to listen live, it's through an app. Why am I going to sit there and try to tune in a radio? I don't even have one in my house, and I don't even know when the last time I had one in my house was.
Same.
And the only thing I listen to in the car is the FM signal for 1010 Wins. Everything else is just, streaming off your phone. So I think he'll do fine. And he's doing his test shows on the weekend, and then they're going to move him to sometime during the week. They're still figuring that out. But I saw some other things too, where there was like, he's doing Sunday. I will point out the one, and I ragged him a little bit on this. His lead-in is Joe Piscopo.
Oh, he's on that channel too. Nice.
Piscopo does a show called Sundays with Sinatra. Because I guess they do a hybrid talk music weekend because Cousin Brucey's back on there once he left Sirius and all that.
Okay.
So Piscopo, I think, does this. I haven't listened to it. I'm just surmising based on what I read. This Sunday with Sinatra thing. So he's probably telling stories, playing music, whatever. And it's just funny that it's like we shit on the guy for the longest time for his Kimberly song and the Club Piscopo stuff and all that. And now he's the lead into Anthony's thing.
He also does a daily show, right?
Yeah, on a different station.
Oh, okay.
He does
in Jersey.
It's very hyper local political news talk thing for New York on another AM station that I didn't know existed until I found out Piscopo had a morning show. And yeah, he does that. And it's going to be fine. He'll do a couple of weekends or whatever. They move him over, which even he said, it's like, look, when they started O&A and at AAF in Boston, they were doing like 2 to 4, 2 to 6 in the morning for a while just to get a feel for the show, to test them out, and then put them on in the afternoon slot. And hasn't done radio terrestrial radio since 2009 when we left CBS. So I understand where one, they want to make sure he's got the flow of terrestrial radio again. Two, everything around him, they're making sure, and he said it too. It's like, they just want to make sure I'm not saying the N-word and other horrible stuff, and he'll show that fine, and then they'll move him over there, and he's got the potential for syndication down the line. So why
they're
not?
syndicated all over the place. That's what
they've got. Like, it's like somewhere between 350 to 400. I don't think they have 400, but somewhere in that window they have of syndication stations in their network.
Yeah.
So
and it's not the old WABC. It's like some new guy, Chad, bought it himself, and he's the sole owner.
No. Chad's the. I know you might have met Chad too. He used to work at CBS when you guys were there. He was one of the head sales for CBS AM and another station in that cluster. No, he runs the radio station. The guy who owns it is just like an eccentric billionaire that wanted to own a couple of radio stations because he liked radio and thought it'd be cool to own a radio station. So that's what he did. He bought it off of Cumulus before they sold PLJ and the other stations to the K-Love Christian Network.
Anthony Cumulus.
Yeah. So by the way, there was a clip, either Ant played it or WATP played it, of Ope saying how he talked with ABC a couple of times and they were offering stuff, but the money wasn't there. He got the guy's name wrong every time he mentioned the name. He kept calling him Chaz. And I was like, I mean, it's easy, Chad, but when you're that vigorous about trying to prove your point, and I talk to these people and you get the names wrong.
Yeah.
It's like, okay.
But he did post a tweet, not a tweet, but a screenshot of text messages from the Chaz guy.
Maybe it's real. It's easy to Photoshop those things. I'm sure, maybe it's legit.
Yeah.
He's been talking about it for a while, but the whole thing, the money's not there. Yeah. The money's not going to be there anymore. The money is not there unless you're some superpower talent that the company has to like. Doesn't matter how good you are. Like at iHeart, there's about 5 shows that are massively syndicated from iHeart that they give a shit about. Everyone else is just a body filling a slot right now. It doesn't matter how long they've been in the market. Doesn't matter how great their show is or how successful their show is or how much that show even bills. They have like 5 shows that they syndicate that they give a shit about. And if you're not one of those shows, good luck, because that's where it's all whittled down to now. It doesn't matter how great you are. Take the slot, make something of it, promote your stuff. Yeah, it's kind of shit pay for their standards, because they make millions, but it's like, so take it. It's an opportunity, not the paycheck for all
and it's
that.
a good way just to get the word out about Compound Censored.
Well, yeah, Ant knows that. That's why he took it. But Ope could have been promoting all his dumb shit, and he didn't do that. So who knows?
Yeah.
Who knows?
Perfect way to promote live from Gebhard's. Or the perfect way to promote his website where he sells t-shirts that don't get delivered.
Could you imagine him finishing like a midday shift, like his 1 hour at ABC, and then saying, hop on my live stream, I'm going to do the walk over to Gebhard's? Like he just leaves the studio and he's holding his phone, going through the elevator, walking down wherever that bar is.
I could see him doing that.
Yes.
No, you could have. But he didn't think of that. It's like that dumb thing that no one would give a shit about would make people give a shit about if you did it.
Yeah.
For the guy, I don't want to make this whole thing about him, but lately it's hard not to talk about him because I'm almost pitying him. Like I feel so bad for how far this is all falling apart for him.
For real.
if you took and I'm not talking about like, just wanting to shit on the guy. It's somebody you've known him for forever. I've known him forever, and to see the guy go this far down, this spiraling wormhole, and you just want to go, dude, wake the fuck up, try something different. Or everybody that was around was trying to tell you things to help you, and you knew better. It's like, I don't want to do, and now he is where he is. But
someone needs to sit Opie down and tell him, hey, Steve bought a shirt in January on the 1st, and
you still didn't get your shirt,
and he still doesn't have his brother man t-shirt.
Call your credit card company.
Oh,
call them.
Credit card company. I'm calling the lawyer.
Fuck the shirt. I'll go and buy a shirt, and hopefully I'll send it to you for that. Call your credit card company. Tell them that it's been months now. You have the receipt. You have not received the thing. Send them a clip or any kind of correspondence with him and said he promised this would come out. It never came out. Shut his whole digital store down from this. That'd be hilarious.
He's like the white Kanye.
Yeah.
That's a good idea. I think, though, I'm going to wait until Aaron's lawyer is done suing Daredevil for the dubbing of his voice. I'm going to use him to sue for my T-shirt. And for the pain and suffering it caused me not having the T-shirt for 2 months.
Right.
Because this is out of control. Brother man. But Garrett, you just sent me.
I had a clip of Opie just talking about Anthony's new gig. Maybe people have seen this, but it just came out today.
Oh, did it?
And it's his take on Anthony. He finds out that Anthony's doing 8 to 10 at night on Sunday.
And I'm sure he had a rational, normal response and was just like, good for him. Glad to see my ex-coworker.
You heard this clip?
Yeah.
Oh.
This is the one where he just says, good for him. Glad to see a guy. He's getting back on his radio feet.
It means he was proven wrong. If that's what he's doing, who cares? Good. I'm guessing it's who cares good for him or something like that. It means you were proven wrong once again. The whole thing of him, I don't know, like he's so happy to not know things. Like he doesn't want to be involved. He doesn't want to look into things. No, I can't be bothered with that stuff. Sam and I used to smash our heads against the wall when we'd try to do prep for when guests would come. It's like, hey, here, look, such and such is coming next week. Here's the episode. Here's the movie. We gave you a copy of the movie. Here's the episode they're coming to promote for their TV show or everything. Doesn't watch it, doesn't read the notes. And almost all those interviews, it's like, so tell everybody about this movie. It's like, ask him questions. No, he's not here to. So
I always hate that if I'm listening to a podcast or something and the host just goes, so this new movie you got coming up. So like, what's the origin story of this or whatever? And it's like, you couldn't even watch the movie or watch even the trailer and just fake it or something.
The one that sticks in my head the most is, remember when Lost was really big, right?
Mm-hmm.
Everybody on the show, one by one, started getting on board with the show. And we were liking the show because the early seasons had all that mystery and stuff around it. You didn't know that it was going to fall apart towards the end, and they really just shit the landing. But at the time, you're like, "What the fuck's with the hatch? Why is the sky purple? Is it time traveling? What's going on?
What do the numbers mean?"
We were all watching it and talking about it, and started getting the cast on the show from because we were into it. And then Jimmy started watching it, realized he didn't like it, and then kept watching it more so he could shit on the show. Like there's a clip that's one of my favorites where he's talking about somebody just threw a captain's wheel and is driving the island down Manhattan. Like he's just going nuts with this, right? But he watched the show to know the intricate parts in order to make fun of it or to explain why he doesn't like something.
Yeah.
Hope could have done that. He was the only one that refused to watch this show. Everyone else on the staff, like we're all talking about it. It had conversations. It's like, just watch something. There's plenty of shit that I don't give a fuck about, but if we have a guest coming on, if somebody else on my show is into some, I'll go watch a little bit of it so I know what they're talking about. And if I like it, great, you convert me. If I don't, I want to have bullet points and discussion points about why I hated this thing, why I didn't like that. He shoves his hands in head in the sand, or he's playing Candy Crush or whatever, and he loves to not know. And I don't understand how you can be in the position you're in and don't want to know anything that's going on.
Yeah, but he's steering the ship.
Look, it's not even, and it's on the island all around Manhattan. Now that I'm thinking about it, that might have been an Opie shit on Opie joke from Norton. Wow, well done, Steve. But like I've worked at other shows and around other shows right now where they have a whole staff that does everything. All right, when you get to a certain point, you have a staff that does all the prep, gives you the clips, all of that stuff there. They don't do that work anymore, but they'll take everything that's given to them by the staff. They'll watch the clip, they'll watch the movie, they'll read everything that's given to them so they know.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Because you could tell by listening. You could tell if the person watched the thing or knew about the thing. Yeah, it's so obvious.
So even if they're just reading the bullet points that a producer gave them, or like here's some notable points from the guy's book when he's coming in to talk about that, it sounds like you took an interest in your guest, right? And he couldn't do that. He's the only one I know that just didn't want to know anything. And it's like, we'll just let it fly. And then it doesn't always work like that, especially now when you can, the era of fact checking and all that shit, where they can everything's easily available to find out. Just do the bare minimum. And you can't even do that. It's sad. It's very sad. But please, your clip. Sorry.
Corolla just had I think Judi Dench on. She's still alive, right?
No, that was Judy Destroyer.
Judy Destroyer. And she was in some movie that's on Amazon Prime and he didn't watch the film and she could tell and she called him out on it. Mm-hmm. But then his excuse was, we just had the Malibu fires and I'm staying at Dr. Drew's house and I can't control the TV, so I couldn't figure out how to watch the movie. But, she could tell right away, oh, you're just asking questions about anything else besides the movie because you didn't watch it, and called him out on it. And he was like,
there's times when you can sit down and do your show, a podcast, whatever, TV show even. You could sit down. It's like, all right, we can easily get through this. We can just banter and come up with some stuff. It doesn't really need a lot of work to do it. But then when you have a guest coming on that is not part of your show or not part of your world, and you don't have that relationship to have that banter, it helps to know key points about the work they're doing or their history of their body of work.
Yeah.
You talk about some of their older things. Then they love to talk about their past projects and then promote the new project. Couldn't even do that. It's like, how can you not do your job? You yell at us all the time, but you can't do your own job.
I hear what you're saying, but it was Opie and Anthony, so there was hey, let's just be edgy and silly to this guy, even though he's some actor. Because
but at least 2/3 of that show read the emails that went out.
Anthony knew the movie, or at least knew past things the guy did. Yeah, Opie was just oblivious the whole time.
So you got a book out now. Yeah, tell us what it's about.
I don't know. I liked when they would make some of the Hollywood people look silly. Like what they had, what's his name? John Cusack in, because he was talking about the Edgar Allan Poe movie that he was doing. And Jimmy saw that. He went on a press junket. He went on a bunch of these Hollywood interviews. And in every single interview, he said, well, Edgar Allan Poe is actually the godfather of goth. The godfather of goth. He's actually the godfather of goth. So they have him on Opie and Anthony, and within a couple minutes, he's talking about the Edgar Allan Poe movie. He's going, well, he was actually the godfather of goth. And Jim Norton just starts dying laughing. And Anthony, I think he was laughing too.
Because he brought it up before he came on,
yes,
right? Yeah.
Jimmy brought it up. He was like, he's like, how long do you think until he says it? And he immediately said
John
it. They all just start dying. Yeah.
Yeah.
They all just start laughing their ass off. And they said he got defensive and was like, what the fuck? Why is everyone laughing at me? And they even told him sorry, we're laughing. We've just seen you say that a lot already.
Yeah.
And we just thought it was funny you were saying it again. And he got all in a huff, well, I have to do a lot of these things. It's hard to, come up with something new every single time you talk about this. It's no, we get it. The movie sucks. We get it. You did a shitty movie. And you got to keep promoting it by saying it's about the godfather of goth. But yeah, I get what you're saying. Opie's a fucking boob. But I really enjoyed when these people would get uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Yes, but that works. There's ways to do that, and then there's ways to do your job. right? That's what it was. It was more of an aggravation. I'll tell you this. So when Ope got deregulated down to the afternoon thing solo, myself, Paul, Lewis was also a producer for that show. We would prep Opie's stuff, and it got to the point. This was during the time where Ope wouldn't even come into the office. He would sit in the corner of the building with a chair and a newspaper, away from all the studios, away from everything else. It was so awkward and ridiculous. He didn't want to know any of the stuff that we had prepped beforehand. So like we couldn't even walk over and it's like, hey, we got this stuff here. Is there anything that that you want us to include? Normal stuff. Didn't want to talk to us. He just wanted to read his paper in the corner. And then if Carl and Sherrod showed up, he talked with them and they all went in the studio. It got to the point he didn't look at the prep sheets. He didn't look at any of the things there. All we would do, we got to a couple months in, all we would do is print out one new story and put it on the top of the stack and just leave it there. And with the rundown there too. And we're like, why are we busting our asses to get all this shit together? And he's not reading or doing any of it.
Yeah.
He's not playing the clips anymore. He's not doing any of this stuff. If Sherrod brought up something, we'd pull it up on YouTube and that's what they would watch. But he never did any of the other stuff. So it's like we would put one new article on the top and that was it. So the stack, and we would take older articles out from like a few weeks ago. That's all we did. He never looked at it. So for months he had no prep and he thought he did.
But, hey, easier for you guys.
Oh, it was. Paul was like, I'm like, what's today's story? And it was something dumb. It wasn't even a major story. And he just put it on there. We're like, all right, great. And he would just adjust the top sheet. And
because I can't even imagine trying to pull stories for Opie, because it's like, what's he even interested in? Like Anthony and Norton, I could find stories that like, oh, okay, he might be in Anthony plane thing, or Norton some comedy.
A woman with a penis.
Trans story or something. But Opie, it's like, what, you pull an Islanders highlight from the night before? Like what else is he really even interested in?
A guy getting caught eating boogers.
When you stop talking to the staff, we stopped trying to figure out what he's into and what would work on there. We're like, all right, here's one news story. So you can't say we didn't do anything. We gave you one news story a day. And
everything about him always just sounds like a man spiraling further and further into mental illness. Like especially the part where you're saying he would sit in a section of the building where nobody was even walking around, by himself in a chair reading the paper.
Yeah.
Like just antisocial, weird.
And then sometimes he would start live streaming. He would turn on his phone. I'd peek down the hallway and he'd be sitting in his chair like this, like in the corner there. And eventually he he got a glass table from one of the studios. So that was near the chair he would have in there. Some listener brought him plants. So he was setting up plants in this corner. It was so bizarre. I'm gonna see if I can have play that clip. I'll see if I have those photos. I used to sneak photos on the hallway of them.
This is back him talking about Anthony getting a job in radio. Let's see.
Anthony's time slot at ABC is 8 to 10 p.m. on Sunday. What? Whatever. Good for him. Good for you.
He's saying good for you.
You make your big comeback to AM radio and you're a part-timer on the weekend. That's impressive. You're right. I'm jealous. Anthony, after 11 years, after he ruined the greatest radio show ever, I didn't ruin it. He did. The Opie and Anthony show went bye-bye because he couldn't help his race crap. Then he ran a small media company into the ground. He was bleeding money. 11 years after leaving Sirius XM, he's bragging about making his return to New York City radio. But there was a rumor out there that supposedly he was saying he's going to make $300,000, and he actually is going to be doing 2 hours a week on a Sunday night, and I'm supposed to be jealous. Jesus, maybe he'll tamp down some of that crazy talk, because WABC, Anthony, is not going to allow you to do your crazy talk. You understand that. So, he's gonna play the game. He's gonna have to tamp down all that crazy talk. You watch. And then his fan base that loves the red meat, they're gonna be, why aren't you talking about the savages anymore? Anthony Cumia plays to the room. He's always played to the room. No matter what, he plays to the room. And he knows ABC isn't going to deal with his horse crap. So he's going to tamp down all that stuff.
Yeah.
And then his hardcore fans are going to be like, you changed, man. You changed. Why aren't you talking about the fights at Popeyes anymore? This sucks. This is not what I'm used to.
Want to discover the
I do want to discover the French culture.
Can I
he sounds
point
like
out
a crazy
one
person.
He does.
Can I point out the plexiglass podcast sign that he had sitting in the corner there? I was staring at it when he was moving around. I go, why is that watermark, moving?
Anthony
It should be
time-slotted.
stationary. But get towards the end when the thing's not there. Look at that.
Yeah, he's got a little
Oh, that's not
Opie radio.
No, it's not
plaque.
a watermark. It's a plastic. It's a plastic thing that's sitting there on his windowsill. I've never noticed that till now.
No.
Yeah. What is? I guess that's like a real life logo that he just has in the corner.
How long until he gets the neon lights like every Instagram and cam girl have with the ivy background and the pink light that says his name in cursive? I found one of them. I don't have the others, but
oh my God! When that was the corner I was thinking he was in.
yeah.
The
And
furthest
sometimes he
corner
would
away from
rotate. Oh,
everything.
sorry. Sometimes he would rotate the corner. So like he would be sitting over at this corner here, and then the next day we can't find him. He's over at that corner over there because he needed to change. It was just you were constantly rolling your
were
eyes
always
and
like,
going,
we don't want an office, right? They were all about not having an office. Like you guys had an office, but I thought
we
they
had
were all
offices.
about, like,
He thought he was going to
Right.
have his own office on the second floor away from everything. And they
Oh.
said, no, you're not. Your whole staff has these offices. You've got room in there. You can share the office. And he wouldn't sit in the office with any of us. Like after that first day, he goes, I'm not doing this. Picked up his newspaper, walked out. And we're like, fuck you too, dude.
better without you here. Yeah.
Right. So,
Did you hear in other O&A news that the naked cowgirl has
Oh yeah.
passed away?
She got hit by a car.
That is correct.
Sandy got hit by a car.
Yeah. And died. And like in their late 80s or something. The age was like kind of shocking for some reason. I don't think she was,
I'm
like,
sure
that old.
somebody's going through years of archives. I'm sure one of us said, I can't wait for Sandy to get hit by a car or something like that.
Oh,
And they're like,
God,
see, they
easily.
predicted it.
Yeah, she got hit by a car, hit and run, dead. They ran over Twato, exploded on impact, and thoughts and prayers, rest in peace.
Where are you seeing this?
It was on the New York Post.
Yeah. You know what? Was it a real thing, or is Joey Dago pulling my leg?
No, I saw that too on Twitter.
It's not coming
Yeah,
up.
huh?
I'm not seeing it anywhere. I think you got
Yeah.
hosed.
I think this is a hosen.
Wow, I believed it too. Yeah, I saw it on Twitter. And
Did you see? Did
with the-
Evil Sam post it?
I don't know. I thought I read the article because it says like she gets hit by a car.
I see nothing. I'm searching legit news feeds and algorithm stuff. There's nothing that mentions unless I don't know what her real legal name
Yeah.
is.
Oh my
But
god.
her stage
I
name is
got
that. There's
caught.
nothing.
Yeah. Joey Dago, why are you tricking me? He sent me this article, and I was like, oh, I can't believe I didn't see that.
You got Opied, my friend. I'm sorry to tell
I
you.
did. New York Post, nothing. It's a fake article. Yeah, it says hit and run accident, hit by a speeding car.
Yeah. Oh, it said that in the picture. I guess that's what I saw.
Naked cowgirl lawsuit is the only thing that comes up from the New
Yeah.
York Post. So yeah, we got
Fuck.
and it'd be tricking us. Oh well. Let's real quick go to some super chats. Compound Media. I've been doing radio since I was 18.
No one could tell that he had not Anthony, but Anthony, right? Like really for 30, 40 years you've been doing radio and you
still don't know how to
bad
do
at
it?
Yeah.
Yeah, and he's still just on his like laptop webcam without a microphone, just yelling into his computer like a crazy old man. And I love the clip we just watched. It starts with, "What do I care?" And less than a minute later, "Well, fucking, you just not gonna be on the radio? You think he's not even gonna be able to do his racist stuff? You better watch out."
The real tell when people don't care is if they're saying "I don't care" in a very performative way, it means they do care. I mean, we all know this. But when he said that, "I'm supposed to be jealous of that," it's like, yeah, you're obviously bothered by doing this stupid voice that doesn't tie into anything. This is a coping mechanism, which I hate that term, but that's what he's doing. If he would have said, if that shit came up on his chat and he goes, "Well, Anthony's doing Sunday nights on an AM radio." All right, well, good for him. You know, what do you want me to say about that? That means you don't care. You're like, best of luck, and then you move on. That means you don't care. When you have to do the whole performance, he's turning into like the wacky waving guy and looks like Popeye's dad. So it's like a big weird combination of him. It's like he's deceasing in front of you.
He's like, "Oh, $300,000. What would I care about that just for 2 hours?" And you can tell it's like a little tick, tick, tick. $300,000. God,
but Ant never said that.
Yeah, that's the thing. I've only heard that number from Opie.
Yes.
Because again, he doesn't listen. But everybody, you knew it, like I knew it. You and I talked, and Ant even said, I think there's Ant said it on his show too, and he goes, "Stop reading your chat and believing everything is factual, Steve. Sandy K didn't die."
It's not even my chat. That's my producer Joey sending me fake articles because he's got fucking gabagool for brains.
All right, Joey, your job now is to send Steve one fake news story a day and let him figure it out if it's real or not. That'd be a great bit.
Everything Joey Dago sends me will be heavily vetted.
But yeah, it's like, stop falling for it. Like, how do you say and then you keep falling for it all the time?
And he was like frantically pulling up chats and not even reading.
I know.
It was weird to watch.
And they weren't super chat. They were just normal chats. One said like LOS.
Yeah.
Like, why?
Legion of Skanks. He just pulled up a lot of random chats.
And Carl brought this to light where he's saying, like, when the worst things possible are being said about Opie in his chat, and he's trying to justify or wax poetic about something, he leaves it on the screen the entire time. It's like, "Opie, are your teeth falling out?" And then he's talking about, fighting with his neighbor over where the dog shit by the beach. And you're like, take that off the screen, you dumb fuck. What are you doing?
Are his teeth falling out though? I've seen
I don't know. I'm just
it's like, what's going on with that mouth? Maybe it's just the angle and the shadows. I don't know, but
I don't know.
Something's up.
For someone who lives on the beach, he's deathly pale, and his lips are like wine color. So I don't know what's going on to him.
He's not aging very gracefully, and he's very bad at sending people T-shirts that they ordered off his website.
I think he's aging bad because he's stressing himself out on his own. Like he believes everything. He what it is? He's turned into Grandpa Simpson. Sorry for the Simpsons reference, but they talk about how how Grandpa believes everything that he finds on the ground. He picks it up, reads it, and thinks it's a fact. And he was reading like Bazooka Joe comics and receipts and thinking these are the real news stories. That's what he's doing with this. And you're just like, for the love of God, stop. Like, you feel bad. It went from funny to fuck him to I can't stop this. He's gonna walk right out and that train's gonna hit him. I don't know what to do. I can't help him anymore.
He loves reading comments from people that are fucking with him and believing it. He thinks
generating content and money. At some point it is for a little while, but then if you keep going to that, all that's doing is just eating him alive inside, because he thinks, well, Ant's making $300,000. Then he's got all these other. It's like, well, Ant said this, this, and this. It's proven. There's audio. There's why is it a secret? Nobody's talked about it. Well, there were a couple of industry websites that made the announcement, and then I think they just made the official one Monday or Tuesday. They came out on Radio and Insider, and then New York Post picked it up and all those things. There you go. They were waiting to finish contracts. But you shouldn't even have to explain this. He's been through this. You sign a contract, or you're getting ready to sign a contract. You don't say anything until you're allowed to say something, and then you don't give out any of the details till that's finalized. That's all this process was. Ed told you everybody what he could at the time being. The company put out the press release when it was all finalized, and he's like, "This sounds like it's made up." No, it's not. What reason does he have to lie about that at this point in his life? None.
I know. Yeah, it's weird. Like out of the three of them, seems like Opie would have the least stressful life at the moment. Anthony's doing a show, Norton's doing podcasts. Opie's just like chilling at his beach house and doing a live stream for 15 people.
Losing his mind.
Losing his mind.
He doesn't have.
He's going bonkers.
I don't think he has anything else going, and it's not just like career-wise, but anything.
No. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like he has nothing else going on.
He's
got a lot of
stressing
buns in the
himself
oven.
out and having these arguments and everything there, like somebody who would have financial problems or was kind of like I don't know, living paycheck to paycheck or not living in a posh house. They're living in a 1-bedroom apartment and they don't know what their future is going to be. Those are the people who are stressed out and freaked out and on everything there. He's fine as far as I know financially. He's got multiple properties. He's doing okay. He has nothing else that you go looking for this to generate some kind of anxiety and aggravation in your life when everything's fine.
Yeah.
Like if Ant didn't have the drive to do the radio stuff anymore and he has this money, he wouldn't be online. He'd be playing, if you friends with him on some of these platforms, he'd be playing video games at all hours. He'd be traveling. He'd be doing all this other shit. He wouldn't be out here wasting his time with all of that stuff. Same thing with Norton. If they didn't love what they're doing, they wouldn't. It's like, all right, financially, we got it. We don't have to worry about it.
And that's why Anthony sent us another super chat. Amplitude modulation, Nigs.
Hey, what's up, my?
There you go.
That's those are the words that that's what AM is. Amplitude modulation.
Thank you for clarification.
Frequency modulation is FM.
Wow.
Correct.
What's the difference?
The different methods used to encode information in radio signals by varying different properties of carrier wave. I just know that.
Wow.
I'm in radio.
That's good of you. Yeah.
Yep.
So like, how is it different? Like the wave.
One goes wah wah wah, and
the other one
goes,
electric.
wah, wah, wah.
You're right, I guess. One goes higher up into amplitude.
Right.
Then frequency, more waves.
Amplitude.
More waves up and down.
Correct.
One follows the curvature of the atmosphere. The other one follows the land. So that's why FM only goes so far and AM goes a lot further. Nobody cares about that shit. Nobody cares. It means nothing. It's just a dumb fact that is not relevant anymore.
Means everything. That's why I knew it. It's the cornerstone of knowing radio and doing a podcast.
Now, how does shortwave radio work then?
Oh, little short waves. They don't go very far.
No, but that's the thing. Shortwave radio can pick up radio stations from like Vietnam. It's really weird.
Yep. It's just really weird. They don't understand it. People can't wrap their heads around it. Scientists
Ham
are
radio.
baffled. Ham radio. I know exactly how that works with mustard.
Yeah. Nice glaze.
You need a license to be a ham radio guy.
Dr. Steve has one.
I don't know if you'd still do, but you used to. I don't know if you still do.
He just boots up the ham radio.
He does. He plays his what's that stupid instrument he plays? The Moog?
Oh, the organ, yeah.
Yeah, something like that. He just boots that up and plugs a digital cable into an analog auxiliary, and he's trying to soothe the world's problems by broadcasting out to all the ships at sea and people in Vietnam.
Leaking anal fluid. We missed a bunch of super chats. I don't know if we should get to them.
Yeah, people paid for it. Catch up.
Yeah.
The people pay, they must say. Dr. Harley Quinn.
Wow.
Would you rather eat one clump of head hair but be able to mix it in anything like pizza to dilute it, or eat one butt meat hair but have to eat it straight up? Oh, like
one hair from your ass?
One hair from my ass meat, or a clump of head hair, but you get to put it in pizza.
Clump of head hair.
Really?
Yeah.
I feel like you can swallow the ass hair like a pill and not even taste it.
It's your ass hair. It would be mental block to get around that. Like a clump of just regular hair, fine, whatever. I'll just eat it on a pizza. That's easy.
Yeah, that's easy.
Yeah.
You're right. That's very easy to do.
Taking one ass hair and knowing it's the ass hair and having to place it in your mouth, that'd be rough.
I think, honestly, I would choke on the clump of hair. And the ass hair, like I said, I would take it like a pill. I would just gulp and just swallow it and not think about it.
But you wouldn't, because you go to swallow it and then get stuck, and then you're like, "Oh my god, there's someone's ass is in my throat right now.
Someone's fucking shit follicle is in my throat, and I can't get it out." Yeah, you're right. I'd probably be pretty upset.
In case anyone missed, we watched the Indian barber shave someone's head into a bowl of curry or whatever, and just eat it.
Yeah, it was to gain his customers because it was a barber. It was a barber shop in India, and in order to gain the trust of his customer,
not sure why,
he ate his hair because it showed how dedicated he was to the.
I don't know. Yeah,
you want to have your customers
trying to make it make sense.
You want to have your customers trust. Do a good haircut.
No, this is. Fuck, you don't even have to do a good haircut. Your customer will trust you because he knows you just down to eat some hair. It's a lot of hair.
Yeah, it's a lot.
It's a fucking lot.
He probably didn't even wash his hair before cutting it.
Definitely not.
No, there's poop. That's the funny thing. This guy is doing both dares at the same time because there's definitely shit in that hair. I think there's like a light dusting of poop on every fucking surface in India.
Of course.
So this guy's doing the ass hair and head hair at once. Yeah, that's why that super chat came in. It was to test our might. Next, Asian sumo wrestler with AIDS.
Oh, we read this one.
Did we?
Yeah,
drunk Garrett at Mardi Gras. I want to shake your hand to the bikini girl. That's right. Brady Tribble. Did you guys see the video of the guy being arrested after trying to honor kill his daughter in the U.S.? I don't think I've seen that.
Oh my god,
I hadn't seen that, Brady.
I'll have to look it up for tomorrow or something.
Yeah, let me get to Google in. Asian sumo wrestler with AIDS.
Wait, why does it say amplitude modulation in your Google search?
I just always have that up.
Oh, okay. That's good.
That's his homepage.
It's my because I'm such a big fan of radio. I whenever I click on the Google, I just go straight to which is better, AM or FM.
Which is better?
Oh yeah, Garrett. What's Carson's rule?
Carson's rule is if you're a comedian, you get on the Tonight Show with Johnny Carson, you become instantly famous.
Okay, that's one of Carson's rules. What's Carson's radio rule?
Oh, well, you know.
I do know.
Yeah.
I know that it's a formula used to calculate the bandwidth of a frequency modulated signal. It's used in telecommunications to estimate the bandwidth needed for a carrier signal, like I always tell you.
He has that on a shirt.
I ordered it from Opie and it's still not here. It's been a year. But Asian sumo wrestler with AIDS was at a festival with college girls. Tried to give my friend a high five, only I slapped the girl's butt next to me. She turned to me slowly and turned back around. Didn't get slapped somehow.
Oh, nice.
Wait, how do you go for a high five and then hit a butt?
I guess you miss and you
go straight down,
straight
to
down,
the top
and
of the
she's
butt
behind
cheek.
you.
Or was it down low too slow? Maybe it was high five, down low, and then on the too slow, his friend lifted his hand and kind of like a matador. He would just went bam straight into the ass. That's a good way to get someone. Good way to get someone, annihilated from society if it's caught on video. But that's well, at least unlike Garrett, you didn't get smashed in the face. Just kidding, says, guys, come on.
Sorry, Just. I don't know what we did, but
apologize, Just. We didn't mean it.
You have holes that pay to super chat you to be holes. Now, guys, $5.
Come on, Chad. Win at all costs says Booth Boys bringing Erock and Berg in one night.
That's right.
Cha-ching. Yeah, we did. We only planned on the Erock. Berg we thought was not going to be a thing.
Yes,
It
go
was- it was
support
bo-
Aaron Berg's new MCU series on Disney Plus, Daredevil, Born
Yes,
Again.
bonus Berg.
Oh, I wanted to ask him about the movie he wrote about his life that he was on some podcast, I guess, and talked about it, but I didn't ask him, so I don't know why I even brought it up now.
Did you see his last movie? The one that came out, wasn't it the beginning of last year or something?
I saw First Shift, and then there was a one after that now I can't remember the name of.
Second Shift.
It was not Second Shift.
Sequel.
But I watched both of them.
God, I can't remember the second one either. I remember First Shit because we watched that and he called in.
That was
Con
great.
Job.
Con Job, thank you.
Yeah. He's in more of Con Job too, right? Like in First Shit, he's in like one scene.
First Shit, he's in the big scene. Yeah. In Con Job, he's also in kind of just in one scene.
Oh, I thought he
because
was in
he
more of that.
dies.
Oh,
He's some big musclehead steroid user guy and wants to order some steakhouse, and I don't know what happened. He goes to the bathroom and dies. from
and they
taking
dubbed over
pills.
his voice. It made him sound terrible, by the way. I still can't get over how the voice was definitely 100 times worse than whatever he did. Whatever he did was definitely better because that voice they put in for him sucked balls. Just kidding. Enough nerd stuff. Nerds. You're right. Just kidding. No more nerd stuff. Unless we talk about more nerd stuff. Keanu C. Thompson. Hello, Keanu. Hell, Gino was taking down the mob when I was in diapers. No. Gino was jerking off his brother when you were still in diapers. Keanu, you have the reference slightly wrong. Yeah, I couldn't get over that line from Daredevil. Hell, you were taking down the mob with your articles when I was still in diapers. You gotta help me save this person with your articles. Newspaper man.
There was kind of a little bit of DEI in Daredevil too. Like his best friend, co-worker is a black girl, and there were other black girls that were part of the group that just seemed out of place. Like they tried to force it in there. I don't know.
No, well, they're all part of the law firm.
The law firm. Yeah, that's what it is.
Are you mad because every time you see one of them, you're like, wow, I wish I could just rip her bra off.
Yeah, I wish I could see her tits right now.
And then go do coke.
Garrett puts a piece of tracing paper on the TV and draws them in. So he's like, this is what I imagine that he look like.
Got her. I can see your boobs even if you don't show them. I see them in my mind's eye. And you can't slap me
Like
through
Daredevil
the TV.
would do.
Yeah. Oh, you know what? That's true. Daredevil, because he can just hear, again, he can hear light. He can hear how someone's face looks.
Yeah.
He can hear a big fat ass. Just hear those booty cheeks clapping.
No.
when they walk
The
by.
left one's much bigger than the right one. They're too proportional.
I can hear you have huge areolas. I can smell the ass hair you have between your butt cheeks.
Why
It's
don't
unsightly on a
you,
woman.
Steve? Why don't you take some of those scenes from the earlier Daredevil that you don't like and redub them, just like they did to Aaron? Why don't you go in there and put your voice over these and say the lines you think they should be saying?
Right. So instead of saying hell,
I can hear your
you took
areolas
them up
would be
and I was like,
hilarious.
just say, hell, black guy, do what I say. I'm a pretty blonde woman. Why is this even a conversation?
We should have a contest though. Everyone just overdubs the Aaron Berg's line in Daredevil and see who does it.
Yes.
best. Yeah.
Yeah. It's like, what do you think Aaron was really saying before they overdubbed this?
Hey, Vincent D'Onofrio, can I have an autograph? Do you know Gino? He's another WAP. I hate him.
What happened to Vincent D'Onofrio? He looks so weird or different.
He looks weird.
Is it just the shaved head that's throwing me off?
Shaved head. He's a little portly for the role because Kingpin's a big fat guy. The other thing, and I don't know how tall D'Onofrio is. I think he's like 6'2" or something. But all the other actors are short, so it works because Kingpin's supposed to be huge.
Oh, okay.
So it really, and I think that's why they actually picked Berg to be the construction worker that runs up to him because it makes Kingpin look huge next to Aaron, who's
makes
a
sense.
shorter guy. But yeah, Kingpin D'Onofrio's voice sometimes, especially in this first and second season that I've watched, I'm like, what is he doing? Is because Kingpin in the Spider-Man cartoon and in the other movie with Ben Affleck, he's played by fucking Ving Rhames. So not Ving. Is it Ving Rhames or Michael Clark Duncan? Huge black guy.
Yeah, same.
So it works. With D'Onofrio, he has like this kind of weird voice that I can't tell what he's doing.
Same, yeah. He was just talking like this the whole time. He's like, what? I didn't know if that was his character or something.
The character again,
Michael Clark Duncan.
It is Michael Clark Duncan. Okay,
yeah.
I get him and Ving Rhames confused because they're both just massive.
Black simile.
Yeah, but no, yeah. In the cartoon. Fisk sounds like, Spider-Man, looks like it's time for you to get knocked out. And like he'll scream and go speak normal, but he has like almost like an English accent because he tries to be very proper. Vincent D'Onofrio, like, yeah, he has like this kind of gravelly, well, it takes time for some of these things to happen. Where does that voice come from? He's from Hell's Kitchen.
Oh, they brought that up 50 times in the first episode. Hell's Kitchen, Hell's Kitchen, Hell's
They
Kitchen.
mention it a little bit. They like to bring it up.
Cool sounding name.
Yeah.
It sounds dangerous.
Oh my God. I wonder what they're cooking in Hell's Kitchen. Satan's spanakopita. Yeah, I don't really. I love Vincent D'Onofrio though.
So is Hell's Kitchen the new Martha? Remember when Batman and Superman kept saying Martha throughout the movies every time they were near each other because their moms were named Martha, and that you say the name and they'd both freak out.
Oh, really? Was that
in
the Ben Affleck Batman?
And
I didn't
Henry
see
Cavill,
those.
they kept saying Martha, and it's like my mom's named Martha. Well, my mom's named Martha. What Martha are you talking about? It's like enough with Martha or the or Interstellar, where he keeps saying Murph all the time.
Oh. A lot of come on, Murph, Matthew McConaughey, Murph.
Yeah,
yeah. No, the Hell's Kitchen is definitely the Murph of Daredevil. They bring it up quite a bit.
Yeah.
But yeah, like Vincent D'Onofrio, I like, but it makes you think because now I'm like, what else has he been in? All right, he's been in Full Metal Jacket was his breakout role.
Yeah,
I am in a world of shit. Another kind of like weird voice. Can't tell where he's supposed to be from. Men in Black. He's a cockroach alien, so he's just that's like the best version of him. He's from space. He's an alien. Of course, he sounds weird. He's supposed to.
Was he in the Law and Order series?
Yes.
Okay.
That's when I was going to bring up Criminal Intent.
Yeah.
Where he's like this wacky detective who's kind of makes weird faces and talks weird and does stuff with his fingers. And, another character. I'm like, where's this guy supposed to be from, and what is his deal? I don't get it. And
he was in Ed
Fisk,
Wood.
same thing.
Did you ever
What's
see that
that?
movie, Ed Wood?
No.
Yeah, no.
The John.
heard
all
about
right.
it.
You should. Good movie. He was in. They made one of these weird movies about Tammy Faye Baker, and he was in there. He plays Jerry Falwell. If you know who he is.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you just see him come in and goes, Vincent D'Onofrio, that's a big Jerry Falwell. Like he's just a super religious nut. And like, yeah, this doesn't seem to work, but I guess he worked cheap. I don't know. It just kind of
I think I
happened.
saw that movie. It was good. That must have been very hack because I don't remember it. Anywho, Barton Fink says, I haven't watched in a while. Did Drew ever give you guys the camera? Last I saw was Anthony and Gavin were talking about involving the cops. You didn't. Yes.
Yeah, right after that, he gave us the camera.
Funny how that worked.
Literally that weekend, he gave us the camera.
So
and
yeah,
then gave Gino the rest of the equipment.
So yeah, you're all pretty much caught up. That's the, as far as we know, the end of the saga.
Haven't
Camera.
heard from him since.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Garrett was gonna hit him up to see if he wanted to go to a fish show.
I was thinking about it, like hypothetical. What would happen if I did?
Yeah. And then Asian sumo wrestler with AIDS. Drew plus 3 cameras equals the Fantastic Jew. Like the Fantastic Four?
No.
I get it.
No. No.
It's a real Yetzer Hara trap that he threw himself into there. And Keanu Thompson. Hell, I married Gino 5 months ago, and now he's in diapers. Perfect. That should be the redubbing of the Daredevil episode.
Do you
right.
do you know what
Yeah.
next week is? The anniversary
Lent?
next week?
No.
So next week is the 5-year mark of the lockdown and the pandemic starting. So get
Oh,
ready
that's
for
right.
Gino to go through the greatest hits
Oh,
of
my
everything with
God.
all that all over again.
He doesn't even need an anniversary to do that, though. Like, he's just every week is an anniversary of that.
Yeah.
He can't get enough of it. I mean, but the thing is, he's turned out like all these papers came out proving like all the things he said were true, and Fauci's now got the pardon because he's guilty, and so he's been right the whole time. So good for him. You know, he deserves to say it because he's been saying it the loudest and the most since of anyone that I know.
And now because he was so right, look at how that paid off. Why are you laughing?
You're right.
It all it worked out.
He can afford the diapers he's in now.
Hell.
Not with the new tariffs, he can't.
Oh God.
Hell, you were talking about Fauci being a crook back when I was still in face diapers. No, yeah, he is absolutely vindicated.
Yeah, he wasn't wrong.
At least 99% of everything Gino ever said about COVID was correct. Like, as far as I know, anywho. Dr. Fauci's gay. He can't throw a first pitch. Masks turned out to be bullshit unless you're like a dentist or you're performing surgery and sneezing into an open hole.
I mean, it came from the lab and all that stuff. Like that was all you weren't allowed to say it. And
I think the jury's still out on that one. They're still testing pangolins. They're thinking it's still the pangolin flu. We got to watch out for those. No more pangolin soup for you.
The worst 5-year anniversary. God, I can't believe it's been that long. It doesn't seem that long ago.
Do you remember that day, Garrett, when something announced? I think it was like the NHL announced that they were canceling their games. It was during Anthony's show, and you're reading the article, and it's like they can't be doing that. And you pulled it up, and it's like, yeah, the NHL is postponing. They thought it was going to be for like 2-3 weeks or something, and then it's like, well, it's an overreaction. Then MLB said they're delaying spring training, and Live Nation started saying they canceled all their concerts worldwide. It's like within the 2 to 3 hours that Ant's doing his show, there's just more updates of shit shutting down. And we're like, what the fuck is happening?
And then
I was at a bar when that started happening. At least when I started noticing all that. Like, I guess I wasn't watching the news or anything, but I was drinking, and on the TV, they had a thing where like they canceled NBA games for that night. Like they were supposed to play, and so they were just interviewing some players. And I was like, what the hell?
Why?
Yeah. Like, we've been through this before with bird flu, swine flu, H1, whatever. Like, why is this one so special? It's like, oh, because Trump. I get it. They unleashed a bioweapon on the earth to fuck with the mean president.
Yeah, I think I went to the last Knick game before everything got shut down. I was there like the day before, or 2 days before the season got canceled or whatever it is. Did they play game? They eventually started playing games again. I don't remember.
I don't remember. I just remember when they did start up again, both hockey and basketball and baseball. They all did this where they were playing in empty stadiums. And some of them were piping in fake fan noise.
And they were putting pictures of fans in the
cardboard
seats.
cutouts of fans. And it was just so fucking gay.
It was.
Yeah, Major League Baseball were letting you pay for the privilege to have a print of you in the seats.
Oh, God.
What is it? The field level that's right behind the catcher and the coaches and stuff. So they were filling up the field level in all the stadiums where you could buy your spot in there. It's like, really? Can we pay more for a game we can't go and see to have our photos there? And then other events started to figure it out. Like I think WWE was one of the first to figure out where they just had everybody on like Zoom screens in the arena. So you're watching people there reacting, but it's just it looks like when you used to play like what was it, that old Nintendo hockey game where you would just see the set motions of the crowd no matter what was going on in the game. If the fat guy checked the skinny guy, there's just back and forth.
Yeah, the ice hockey on the NES. Yeah, you have a medium guy, a skinny guy, and a fat guy, and they pretty much are all. Yeah,
they were they were slightly different.
The skinny guy was faster, and the fat guy
shot better.
Shot better, yeah.
But yeah, when I remember, the Tampa Bay Lightning won the cup in 2020, and it was in an empty stadium, and it was just so weird. They're just like, yeah. You hear the echo. Everybody that's not in a hockey helmet is wearing a mask, and it was just so fucking weird.
It looked like a practice.
It did. It was like this is the championship, and nobody. It's like just nobody gives a shit. The only sport it like worked for was MMA. Like the UFC opened up the Apex, which
Fight
is their,
Island,
and Fight Island. But Apex is this thing in Vegas that's just like a UFC like training center, and now they actually hold fights at it where you can buy VIP tickets. It's like a small room that has an octagon in it, basically, with like a little bit of bleachers and stuff. So, and I think like the maximum they have like 100 people in there maximum. I don't even know if it's that many, but during COVID they were the only sport that didn't stop at all. They just kept going, and they were broadcasting fights from this. And dude, it was just two guys fighting in a quiet room, and you heard like
all the punches.
You heard them getting hit and shit, and you heard them like talking to each other, and like just any noise that was being made. You could hear a pin drop sometimes when they were just standing there right before one of them got knocked through the cage. It was actually awesome because you just heard every little part of the fight.
Yeah, and it wasn't like, if it was fat guys fighting where you'd hear all the slaps of like just giant chunks of meat hitting each other. You would hear the punches, like that rib's broken. All right, he lost his teeth. That femur is destroyed. Yeah, it was really hard to. I mean, it was fun, but also when you'd hear the crink, like a bone shouldn't make that noise when it breaks. You're like,
Francis Ngannou, who's one of the biggest motherfuckers that's ever been in the UFC, one of the scariest guys that's ever been in there, was fighting either Jairzinho Rozenstruik or Overeem, but regardless, it was another big black guy, and it was during COVID, and he punched him in the face so hard I thought he killed him, because again, all you hear is the meat on meat, and he knocked him out. Like he punched him and knocked him out, and I'm like, oh, he's dead. He just fucking killed that guy, because you just heard this thud of a fist hitting a skull, and he slumped over and went down and slid down the cage. And it's like, oh, I killed him. Holy shit.
He didn't do
no, he didn't do the stiff arms.
Two arms
he just
or whatever.
Dead.
It was the kind of punch that his shoes would have flown off had he been wearing shoes while he did it.
Exactly. Well, I think that's about all the time we have for today.
You got all your super chats in?
I think we got them all in.
Okay, good.
Thank you.
Thanks for joining us.
Thank you for having me. I try to watch you guys every night, or live at least. If not, then I watch it on demand while I'm playing video games.
Awesome.
And other things.
How's Sea of Thieves going? You still playing that?
Once in a while. It's got a lot of problems. The developers, I think, gave up on the core fan base of the game. And now the new update for the season is fishing. You can go fishing for some ancient fish, and you're like, I'm going back to the horror games. I've been playing like Phasmophobia, Mortuary's Assistant, and Demonology, and all those kind of fucking horror demons, scary games. And
nice.
Yeah,
heard of them. Gotta check them out.
I made Garrett play Rocket League the other day. Have you ever
fun
Rocket
once
League?
in a while. Yeah.
He didn't like it. I beat him like 8-0.
Yeah.
And he's like,
it's very hard to control everything that's going on there. And the ones you're like, all right, I hit the little boost. There's the ball. I'm going to go hit the ball. And then some guy's upside down flying across the screen somehow hits it. And that goes to the right and goes in the goal. You're like, how did he even do that?
Yeah.
Oh, look, he's got flames. He's got the Hot Wheels decal, or that one looks like the A-Team van. It's like, I'm not spending all this money on the cosmetics, but I can barely even play the game.
Yeah, if it's one of your first time playing or one of your first times playing, and you're playing against someone who's even just a little seasoned, it's not fun. It's just like it's like everyone else is playing, and you're just chasing them in a slow car.
Yeah,
It seems like for some reason your car's slower than everyone else's.
Even on the kickoff, it's like there's the ball. Everyone has the chance to go hit it. I go hit it, and I'm always the last one to hit the ball every time. I'm using the turbo. I'm hitting full. I don't whatever.
I got invited to play with a few people that I know, and they're like, "Oh, we're gonna play Rocket League." I was like, "All right, I got nothing to do. I'll go play." And it was the way the stadium was set up. It's like you could ride almost like where the stands should be. It was a ramp, so you could do trick shots. So, and in game, you can set it to either pressing the key down or lock it on. So whenever you speak, you're in game. I started playing Cakes the Distance, and I was just driving around the stadium without playing while they're trying to talk and coordinate and play the game. And then they kicked me out. And they're like, "What the fuck are you doing?" I go, "This game's dumb. I don't want to play it." And he's like, "Why are you playing music?" I'm like, "You don't even know the song I'm playing as I'm driving around the stadium." Made perfect sense. Got to make your own fun until they kick you out. So
yeah, you're good at that with video games, where you find a way to annoy the most people.
Yeah. When I do pop on to Sea of Thieves, I go and I'll send my boat that way. So if they're chasing my boat, I'll hop off on this island. And I wait for them to come by and I swim up on their boat without them knowing. And I'll hang off the side of their boat, or I tuck down under a table or something. They go and they're getting treasure, whatever. As soon as they're off the ship and doing whatever, I pull the anchor up and I sail off, and I'm dropping. I don't even steal their stuff. As I'm sailing out, I'm just dropping it into the ocean so they lose everything that they spent hours getting. And I'll set the boat on fire, and then I hop off and go back to my ship. And then you hear them screaming, "You're cheating." No, you're not paying attention. I used to bring clips and stuff into Compound. I was like, "Oh, what'd you do last night?" "Oh, let me show you how I fucked these people over playing the game."
He would find places on their boat while they're running around on their boat where he would duck down and just hide and look like the table or something, whatever he did. And they'd be running all around, and he'd just be sitting there waiting for them to get off the boat. And then they get off, and he'd just come up and fuck with their boat or do whatever they did. Yeah.
Well, they pull their sails up because all right, we're getting near the port. They're going to, to get their stuff in there. So while they're doing the other prep, I'd sneak over, pull the sail back down, and hide again. And they're like, "What the fuck?" And they'd miss the island. And yeah, it wasn't too fully screw them over. It was to be more of an annoyance. Aggravate
nuance.
them. Yeah. I didn't really ever steal their stuff. I just made sure that they couldn't cash it in. That was
you did it for the lulls.
Yeah, pretty much. It was either streaming entertainment or just having fun. Where you steal they're cooking. They went fishing for all these rare fish, and then you just go in and take a bite out of each one. You put them back in the barrel, so when they can't go to sell it, it's all ruined. They can't do anything with it. Yeah, that kind of fun.
I mean, I'm like my brother here, old DJ Fed Up. I'm the upside down flippy do guy in Rocket League.
Yeah, see those. Look, it's annoying to watch, but it's also fascinating. I'm like, that guy's car is not on the field ever. It's just flying through the air. There's flames and pink stardust shooting out of it, and he's hitting every goal. He's got 6 goals for the match. How the car's just going all haphazardly, and you're like, how is this skill? I can't master this. I don't know how to do that. So
my fuck with people thing is if I have a 1-goal lead, even I'll just spend the rest of the match getting turbo and then ramming into their car so they explode.
Oh.
So I'm not even playing anymore. My defense is just your car blows up over and over, and you have to keep restarting from the other side of the field. It's fun. I love that they added that feature in. It's it's a soccer game with no fouls. Instead of a slide tackle getting you a yellow card or something, if you smash as hard as you can into the other player, they explode into a million fucking pieces, and they have to restart. But Erock, they're telling us you have to go. I got you go on this. Alvalanker says, "Yo, love you, Erock. Thanks for having him on the show."
So you saw my text, I guess.
Yes, I did. But thank you again for coming on.
I appreciate it. It's always fun to watch your show and enjoy the things. And your pal, I can't remember his name, with his adventures in India, and just showing every time. It's I am never going there.
Never, right?
I'm never going to that place ever in my life.
It doesn't look like fun unless you just want to die on a toilet.
But not even the dirtiness or the
what toilet? It's running over holes.
Or it's just wherever you go, the group of guys come up to you and are like, "Can we take a picture? Can we do
not
something?"
even take a picture. They were directing him.
Yeah.
Like, you stand over there and we'll take video of you. You go get fast food. They're saying, we're going to go get fast food and you eat with us, me video. It's like, no, I'm doing stuff. You can't just have my whole day now because you saw me. But yeah, that's the thing. I didn't expect that to be as much of a thing. But that seems like the biggest torture the guy's going through right now. It's not the food. It's not the shitting his brains out, the shitty amenities. It's that everywhere he goes, if he stops,
It's like he's a celebrity.
He stopped this.
He's an anomaly over there.
Yeah.
You just see this giant, almost
Tattooed
Viking-looking
mohawk
guy walking through, and everyone's like, "Oh my god, he must be somebody."
Big American famous man. Well,
right,
thank
wrap
you.
up your show. We got to go.
All right.
Big American famous man, Erock. Thank you for hanging out. We love you.
Appreciate
Love
it,
you,
guys.
Erock.
Glad you guys are doing good. It's Erik Nagel across the board, all the social medias. Find the show on iHeart, Apple, Spotify, and we do it live on YouTube, Twitch, and all those places. So all that moniker right over that part of the screen right there. You can find me for everything.
Check him out.
At It's Erik Nagel.
Good night, guys. Have a good night.
Later.
See you later, Erock. There goes the Nagel hotline. Well, see, we made up for the fact that I fucking shit my brains out and missed like the first 20 minutes of the show. We made up for it. We went an extra half hour or so.
Yeah.
And we had two wonderful guests on.
We did.
Two beautiful guests.
And some great super chats from Anthony and Keanu.
That's right.
Star-studded episode today.
It really was. This one really made me laugh. Hell, I married Gino 5 months ago, and now he's in diapers. This remix of the Daredevil thing. Well, anyway, the show would be nothing without our beloved board members. Would it be?
It's something.
It'd be,
not the same.
It'd be nearly nothing.
Yeah, nearly nothing.
It'd be nearly nothing. So to show our appreciation, we had a Grammy Award-winning rapper make this song just for you guys.
You're welcome.
Please enjoy it.
Caitlin, Con, Mama, Reno, Edie, Conti, Nick, Giordano, Charlie, Chicago, Dead Fool, Jeremy and Stock, Marshall, Bo, Bree, The Moose, Pete, Fitzy, Dominic, Piccatelli, Josh Words, Mike, Liggio, Mitchell, Chris Berg, Jimmy Z, Gana, Gecko, Dunn, D, Daniel, Mondi, Gabe, Itches, Connor, and Beck, Jeff, Dr. 73, Michael, Malice, Curtis, John, William, Yoder, Brian, Kate, God, Jeffrey the Draft, Stan, Turner, 9X, Support, Matt Tugate, Asia S. Thompson, Old Youngie, Bob, Famaborg, Treese, Dookie, 7626, Justice for Garrett, J. Thomas, Larry F. Boo, Turd, Angelo, Mark, Jagrachi, Cynthia, Darcy, Just, Eric, Lystra, and Max, and Lucy, and Clara, Rocky, Tozy, Jose Delgado, Jay Stu's Cluster, Payne, Janet, J-Nate, Gina Marie Beverly, Jaquan G, Johnny Hee, Heather the Hooker, Jonathan Mardukas, AJR, Michael J, Burnsy, and Harold, Bruce Channel 666, Lindsay Sabadoo, Steve's Ass, Fanny Cash. Long time.
Wow. Seamless transition back to us. Thank you, StreamYard. Now that's a thing.
Yeah, sorry about the Erock connection. Definitely was.
I
my
was
fault.
checking on our phone. He was fine.
Oh, was?
On like the broadcast.
Oh, okay.
Just to us.
Oh, but that's fine. I don't care. Who
Yeah,
cares
that's
about
fine
that?
because we could still hear him.
Yeah.
We didn't need to see him, but he kept freezing on the fucking screen.
Okay, good.
It was just weird.
Yeah. Nice.
About that time, folks. Time to pack up those bindles, get those hobo asses back on the train.
See you tomorrow.
And just a shout out to our booth boys, Bob Fanta Patrice, Larry Frazier, Asia S. Thompson, Connor, Curtis John, Matt, and N. Harold. Tomorrow is Booth Boys Day 2 this week because there's so many people we didn't get to on yesterday's show. So we're definitely going to. Oh, wait, Larry Frazier's we can read right now because it's not a video. Larry Frazier, board member. All right, dickheads. You are going to have to give Steve's wife third mic responsibilities so she can tell you when there's no video. We want to hear her comments anyway when she calls you out. Time code around 103 or 104.
Yeah, well,
I
we
agree.
have Joey Dago for that too.
We do have Joey Dago for that. We could just put a mic over there somewhere.
We could.
Just whenever, because it's funny when
It
she
is.
pops in and calls me out every time I'm a liar.
Uh-huh.
And yeah, it's annoying for the listener when like she'll say something
And then we
funny
have to
and
repeat
me and
it.
you go, oh, yeah, right, right. And nobody has any idea what the fuck it was said. And yeah, we have another mic. We could do that. Sure.
No, we
Larry
just,
Frazier.
We have a long XLR. We should just secretly hook it up into the bedroom without
Right.
her knowing and just hear her real thoughts.
Yeah, she's just saying the N-word under her breath every time I talk.
It's fucking nigger bum.
every time I speak, it's just that over and over. Like, I think we should shut her mic off. She's gonna get us banned from YouTube.
But that's the thing too. Like we wouldn't hear it. The listeners would.
Yeah.
Because we can't hear. Yeah, unless we have speakers hooked up to this. Yeah.
Yeah, she's just mumbling to herself. God, I hate him. I hate him. I hate him. He's so dumb.
Oh, he's shitting again. Wow. What a surprise.
Oh, wow. Look at him. He actually looks dumber and fatter than he did yesterday. That's incredible because I didn't think he could get dumber and fatter. But there he is. Dumber than fatter than ever.
I thought he was at max dumb and max fat. But nope. Nope. He squeezed a few more pounds of dumbness in.
Always another level. God, I wish he would just fucking fall off of something big. No. I'm sure if she did have a secret microphone, she would just be like, oh, he's the best. Staring wistfully into the beyond. My husband's the best. I love
I'm sure
him.
that's what she would say.
I love him. And then just in the background. Oh, Garrett, you hear that one? I think I shit my fucking pants. Oh my God. It stinks. Oh, he's the best. Oh, he's farting with his friends again.
See you guys tomorrow at 3.
Garrett and Steve will be live
Mhm.
tomorrow at 3 p.m. So we'll see you then.
We love you.
I love you.
Bye.